this is where we're gonna start now, right?
Yeah.
You ready? Alright. So, professionals, fully professionals. Hey, everybody, this is Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we are here to
Below
watch...
you. We talked about this yesterday, Griff.
Theta is somewhere in the aether, lost forever to my vision.
Literally, we had a conversation 2 times, in fact, yesterday.
I only need to remember it once, and I failed. So, we are watching the seasonal anime review. This is for summer 2023 here. We're on nhart.net as we always are. We're going to go through every single listing that they have, check out all their trailers, see what their summaries are, and just kind of get a quick impression and put them in a fun ranking. All of these rankings aren't necessarily if they're the best ever or anything. They're just literally, oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, we work off of our own ideals, what we want to see. We have an entirely different set of polls for what the audience wants us to see and what we're currently watching because of that.
Yeah, we work off of our gut feelings. Theta loves it if he cries. I love it if I see a murder. So we'll be looking for that, and I guess let's just go ahead.
There is one show I've been specifically waiting for this season, but I'm not going to affect your ranking.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say I very much want it to win, and I very much want an artist to draw us as the characters.
Right. You got at least one that you're expecting, and we'll just have to see how it goes. Meanwhile, I'm just looking down the list at, like, Reborn as a vending machine. Yeah, we've reached the end of Isekai.
Oh no, that's been a classic Isekai manga for a while. That was a joke when you used to link people to, hey, look at this cover. But now, I guess enough people linked it to one another that it actually became an anime. Hey, look
this
at
is
all
why you don't share bad movies, everyone. Stop sharing Morbius. It doesn't matter if it's morbing time.
Well, the problem is then
they're making another one.
You stop sharing your guilty pleasures, which are actually things that you like that other people don't. But
Oh no, sharing a guilty pleasure. Go ahead and do that. Do that as much as possible. You want it to be popular, but if it's the bad thing, don't share it.
I didn't watch Morbius. I had no jokes related to that. You've said the one that I know.
Yeah, the Morbius is the joke. That's the whole point. Well, let's go ahead and watch something that's less of a joke. Let's start with, I guess I'll go ahead and start.
You're on the first slot, so yeah, why not?
There we go. Up first is Bang Dream. It's My Go. A new anime in the Bang Dream franchise was announced at the My Go 4th live concert.
I mean, it's not a great sign when the entire description of your anime is when it was announced.
They do that a lot for, like, re-announces of new seasons and stuff. They just assume everyone kind of knows what it is.
I mean, my best guess is it looks like a ripoff of Bocchi the Rock, but it's their 4th live concert, and it's a whole franchise, which means it's been going on longer. So
right. So this falls under probably like the pop idol like entire bubble of stuff to watch, which okay, sure.
I dare say we've probably seen one of these trailers before, given how many times we've done this.
That's probably actually correct. So if they can wow us away with music, let's see. I got it up. You ready?
Hold on. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. No closed captioning allowed, by the way.
Yeah, I thought I had mine on. But even then, I would only get, the Japanese. I don't get the auto-translate on the YouTube for some reason.
It's all of your favorites returning once again.
And then they got murdered. Exactly what Griff was looking for. Well, this does have that look of like a murder investigation.
Yeah, it's all on VHS here.
Well, before we got the color here, by the way, no audio to this musical thing.
It's just talking about characters, I think.
Yeah, in case you're watching this on YouTube later, and you're thinking, oh, they had to do that whole mute the background music thing? No, that's just what it is.
I'm just getting, like, my first OC flashbacks with a character with dichromatia. You know, where the eyes are different colors.
I don't know if if they weren't holding musical instruments. Oh, here's music. I'd say the feeling I would be getting was like supernatural investigation. Because the rewinding tape and the sparkle effects and everything.
Yeah, I was getting kind of like this was made for the DS kind of feels, you know? Like where it looks pretty, someone drew it very well, but it's a still frame.
What's the GameCube game where you take pictures of the ghosts?
There's a couple of those.
Like you're a bunch of Japanese high school students, or what the equivalent is.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the
That
name.
is the feel I get from this. Before we get to the music bit. And if
It'd be like Fatal Flash, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. And if they weren't holding musical instruments, of course.
Let's go with GameCube photograph ghost game.
God, what number are you?
It's not Geist.
No, what number in the thing is it?
Oh, it is Fatal Frame.
Oh, you're just looking shit up. I thought you were literally ranking it.
Well, I am now. Where are we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See Bungo. Where's Bang?
Oh, did it get added after I did everything?
It very possibly could. So, new entry. I think if you update the master, it'll go ahead and pop up for both of us, right?
That's weird. Why did it just suddenly turn green? Oh, because I'm looking up the word bang.
Whoops.
Don't understand how the technology works.
Yep, another last-minute entry to surprise us all.
Yeah, hold on. Let me go over and...
As per usual.
Fix the master. Go back over here. Bring up the window again, because fixing the master made us all gray. Alright, here we go. Sorry, I am the first row in my own thing. There we go.
Just waiting on the update. Where is Bang?
Oh, you have to update it on your own.
Oh, okay.
That's alright, I didn't realize you were waiting for that.
Yeah, so we got Bang Dream. You're put at number 1.
Because I work in order. Also, don't wait for my score. Score on your own.
I literally just had to type it in, so that's why I was late. So, Bang Dream, I'm gonna have it at 20. I'm just gonna expect that it's not gonna be very high up there. I feel nothing.
Well, it shows me their creative intent when they spent a minute on no audio. So...
I'm sure whatever is in Japanese is very important, but it does not help me, unfortunately.
Nope.
Sorry, I'm still an English viewer. I can't.
Alright, moving on.
You're next. Yeah.
Ryza no Atelier. And that's all of that I'm reading. The story of Ryza, a fledgling alchemist who escaped her boring daily life with her friends to pursue her dreams. I remember this is the one I joked about. The punctuation. Did she escape her boring daily life or her boring daily life with her friends? I gotta get away from these people. I like to
imagine that her friends are just like the absolutely most boring people ever, and she goes, "You know what? This sucks. I'm out." Also, the second half of that title is Tokuyama no Jujutsu Himitsu no Kageru.
I'm just avoiding the chances of saying something inappropriate or wrong or insulting.
I'm gonna be wrong 100%. I'm going for it.
That's the name of your manga.
Exactly. Yeah, wrong 100%. No, it needs like a very long secondary title. Wrong 100%.
No,
how I learned to stop worrying and become incredibly mispronounce everything.
No, you said the whole long title. I'm wrong 100%. I'm wrong. I'm going for it. When you put punctuation between "I'm wrong 100%," subtitle "I'm wrong. I'm going for it." It's
Sorry, I come from the Dark Forces school of adding more semicolons to your words.
I mean,
so
it almost
I had to make it more
sounds
obnoxious.
Inspirational when you just read it out of context. I'm wrong.
Almost
I'm going
until they
for
realize who I am.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and watch the video. What do you say?
Count it out.
3, 2, 1, go.
空間島っていうなんてことない島の
This looks cute.
ラーゼンボーデンっていう
This is cozy.
なんてことない村。そこで
YouTube used to
なん
translate
て
for
こと
me.
ない私は暮らしている。来る日も来る日も探し歩いている。この退屈ななんてことない日々を打ち破る何かを決めた。冒険に行こう。
Step stands up. You're all boring.
島の外に出る
Alright, there we go. Now it's translating.
のよ。これが最初の第一歩。
Alright, she is leaving with her friends, not her friends are
あ
boring.
なたは魔法使いなの？みんなあなたの魔法なの？私こんな綺麗な夕日初めて見た。なんてことない私は今日ついに一歩を踏み出す。今を変えたい。私だけの何かを見つけたい。私たちの冒険の始まりなんだ。
I think the thing that helps that the most is the title thing looks
Yeah.
like a video game title. Well, I mean, look at the poster, like right where the thing cuts off for the name to be,
Mhm.
like halfway up. That looks like a PlayStation box, right? I
Yeah, I'm
that's a
expecting
video
this to be
game.
like the new Tales from Symphonia title right here.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I definitely got to say, it definitely looks like a very normal fantasy adventure, you know, very upbeat and everything, but it's cute, it's got nice art, it's got a good vibe. So let's see if anything kind of like overcomes like generically good vibe. This is Ryza, that's the word I'm looking for. Is Ryza on the list? Or is it in English?
So
Oh, you have 2 Bang Dreams right now.
No, I didn't. Something weird is happening to my thing. Bang Dream has fucked up my listing for some reason.
There we go. I found it. So this is going number 1. There we go. Our number 1 anime of the season, everyone. Thanks everybody for coming. We'll catch you next time.
Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna try something and see if it messes everything up again.
Go for it.
I have one Ryza, one Bang Dream. Let me reorder my list. Okay, now it's working. I don't know what happened before. I think sometimes the list might get messed up if we don't enter in the same text in the title area.
Unfortunate.
Also, hold on, before we move on, I just let me correct something.
Go ahead.
Scroll up there, bring it back here, bring you back there, and there we go. Oh, hold on. We do that one more time.
Organization, go.
No, I just realized I thought this would play automatically, but every so often I'm just gonna have to do something manually. On the overlay, on the Twitch side, I have right beneath the over here, right beneath the video playing of everything that we're reading and watching, the master copy of the list, so that people can see what the order of the things are.
Yeah.
Just every so often I have to order it, because I thought it would order it automatically, but it's not.
Gotcha.
Anyway, moving on.
All right, our next one. Uchi no Kayashi no Kichisi Senpai no Hanashi. The description of is Shinozaki is an office worker who was taken care of and coddled by his senior team member Shiro Katase, who is gorgeous, profoundly kind, loving, and diminutive woman. Shinokaze certainly hopes that she's not doing it out of duty, but her joy of doing so increasingly exposes her feelings. This feels like rom-com.
It's comedy, romance, a slice of life.
Yeah, source, Shin. Comedy, romance, slice of life. Yep. So, I guess not really much to say there. Let's just see if it has good vibes. Right?
So the entire time you were saying that, I was fighting the YouTube thing, where it tries to keep auto-playing every time I drag it back to 0.
Yup.
Yeah, count it out.
Alright, actually, let me go ahead and set up my auto-translate to English real quick.
Hopefully it should hold that the entire time.
Let's hope. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
It did not for me.
仕事もう終わったんですね。素晴らしい仕事っぷりです。私の自慢の後輩さんです。
うちの会社の先輩は
褒めるのも仕事なんですから。
小さくて可愛い。
weak to head pass, of course.
Yeah, but you saw his eyes were angled down, so we know he was being inappropriate.
この流れはもしや古より伝わる BH マッサージシチュエーションでは。
終わったらパワハラでご飯もおごっちゃいますよ。
I'm power harassment and buy rice. Oh, I love the translation.
うちの会社の部下は仲がいいと思って帰省したうちの弟の様子がおかしい。
なんだこれは可愛すぎる。
罰として篠崎さんは篠崎にゃんこです。返事はにゃん。
にゃん先輩の胸が。
A lot of cat-related stuff in here.
It seems to be a theme, and, I'm good with that. It actually makes it slightly more interesting.
私も好きです。
え、好きだ。
It's all in his dreams, of course.
うちの会社の小さい先輩の話。7月1日より放
A
送スター
little
ト。
senior.
Alright, so
Uh.
My Tiny Boss.
Sadly, it did not save my translation settings, so because I have to do that every time.
Oh, right, we need descriptions for these things, too. I'm gonna have to get on to the top of that. My Tiny Boss really likes cats. And for Bang Dream, I'm gonna say DS music game come to life.
Ready for the next one?
Yep. Do you want to go ahead and put a description for Ryza, since that was yours?
I already did.
Oh,
Descriptions
it is.
don't carry across multiple tabs. You have to cover your own page on your own. The only thing the master one covers is scores. So no more waiting for each of us to put descriptions in either. It's literally for your own benefit.
Alright, you're up next.
Next up is Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Season 2, the second season of Mushoku Tensei. Isekai Atara Honkai Dasu.
Do you think this is the second season?
Apparently, by the way, Mushoku Tensei is supposed to be the best isekai.
Ooh.
Like multiple anime reviewers have said, based on the manga anyway, it's supposed to be the best isekai.
Hey, there you go. I'll go ahead and take that maybe with a tiny grain of salt, but let's see if it wows us. Not much to say since it's the second season, so let's see what we get.
Hold on, I'm fighting the YouTube thing.
I understand.
Plus, I have to make sure that subtitles on. Does yours save in auto-translate mode?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, so every time. Okay. Alright, count it out.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
師匠、俺を導いてください。 北には何しに行くんだい？
転移事件に巻き込まれた母を探しに。
だからこんな無茶な依頼を受けようってんだろ？私たちと一緒に受けないかい？
足引っ張って誰か死ぬようなことになったら許せないんだから。
無影小魔術が使えるなんて君
Kind of
の
a
相
retro
当
art
なんでしょ
style.
それって答える必要ありますか
Yeah.
ね。こんなものが使えたところで大切な人が戻ってくるわけじゃありませんよ。
Interesting music choice.
もうどうにでもなれ。死んでもいいやって顔だ。
てめえは最悪だ。この世で一番自分が不幸って面してやがる。
I'm the one who's the most in the world.
もうなんかめんどくせえな。どうせ
So I noticed him naked on the floor on all fours.
何やってんだ俺は。
何が？何も残らないだ！
俺はもう終わりだ。
辛いと思ったら誰かを頼ってもいいんですよ。助けに来てくれて嬉しかったよ。
ルーデウス、ありがとう。師匠、
Also Final Fantasy style music too.
友達が困っていれば力になりたい。迷惑なわけないよ。
Interesting choice of sunglasses
やら
there.
なきゃいけないこと。
I guess the elves are extra fashionable in this one.
行きます。連れて行ってください。
That definitely seems like a very drama-oriented one. I'm definitely intrigued, to say the least. Want to know what's going on. So we got, do wizard overcomes lots of drama, is what I would call it. You know what? I'll go ahead and put it at number 1.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt of past reviewership. It was never really much on my radar. It feels like a, did you ever see Grimgar, Fantasy and Ash?
I don't think so, no.
It's one of those, a genre of isekai that is more realistic than anything else.
And I think I can appreciate that a good bit, because I think, like, all the very average and, like, run-of-the-mill isekai basically just continually replicates, like, a handful of fantasies forever, right?
Well,
Like, they aim for, like, Dragon Quest, or they aim for D&D, and they're just trying to, like, vibe in that forever.
well, I mean, the most typical review of Grimgar is like, imagine you got transported to a fantasy world and you struggled your entire life to beat simple goblins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a journey. Okay. But if you're ready, we got our next one here. What we got is level 1 Mao to 1 room Yusha.
Yeah, so you don't
with-
have yours set to English.
It's different on one page and then different on the other, which is level 1 Demon Lord and 1 room hero, which honestly rolls a lot smoother off the tongue. After his embarrassing defeat at the hands of Brave Hero, the Demon Lord is back and ready for revenge. But after 10 years apart, the hero, Max, isn't the dashing do-gooder the Demon Lord remembers. In fact, Max has turned into a shut-in slob with no interest in an epic rematch. Can the Demon Lord whip his former nemesis back into shape? Or will he be defeated by the hero-turned-couch potato once again and join him in his lazy life?
I mean, right
All
off
right.
the bat, it seems like the same kind of comedy style as The Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yeah. Just the premise alone is already fairly hilarious.
I mean, meh, on the premise alone. Because again, I've seen it
fair.
before, and The Devil is a part-timer.
So I guess in that case, let's see, is it going to be better or worse than Devil's Part-Timer? Let's find out.
Got it?
3, 2, 1, go.
台所借りるぞ。
You're not translating anything.
お前何してんの？
いただきます。
Oh, there it goes.
なんかもうめんどくせえな。
10年前の貴様なら。
Actually, kind of looks like a mix between Devil is a Part-Timer and Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
ペリをつけてやるぞレオ
来るなら来い
There's definitely a couple of little interesting visual stuff going on here.
Closed captioning is doing a hell of a job, by the way.
It's doing its best.
All I see is music. What the hell?
なんだそなたズボン濡らして帰ってきよってちびっこか
お母さんみたいなこと言うな
Are you doing? Don't say anything.
I feel like it might have hit harder if we knew what things were translating as. But at least I think the vibe is good for comedy. A lot of the times when we like can barely understand what's happening, we're just like, all right, this isn't for us. But I think it's still cute. I think the cuteness is hitting me today. So level 1 demon. Do.
What am I up to right now?
I'll go put it at number 2.
Yeah, like
There
I
we go.
said, I've seen it before. So,
Hey, totally fair. Again, these are just impressions about these things.
oh man, I'm on
Like-
a roll with names or things to read.
Oh yeah, congratulations on another incredibly short one.
Masamune-kun's Revenge R, the second season of Masamune-kun No Revenge. Also, kind of love it. I know no revenge doesn't mean no revenge. The no means something else. It's just
Yeah, it's like of or the or something, isn't it?
Masamune-kun's
It's like a preposition of some kind.
Masamune-kun's No Revenge. That was the first arc. That's why he's still trying to get revenge, obviously.
I think it might be possessive, actually. I don't know. Man, I need to figure that out someday.
What, in this clearly harem anime?
Oh, no, I just mean language.
No closed captioning, by the way.
No closed caption, harem anime. Let's see what its odds are. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is alternate universe Deku where he gains some weight.
I was thinking more like the main character from Excel World. Except that he was also combined with a creepy looking doll.
Just baby.
I'm honestly not getting anything from what this is about. Other than we grew up in it together as kids.
There's definitely slice of life vibing
And then
here.
there's a cotton candy pirate, apparently.
Hey, yo, I'm down for that.
And then they went to France
As you do.
on a boat.
Yeah, that'll only take, like, what, 7 months?
No, actually, it takes 7 months to go from Europe to Australia on boat. And the 17
So like
Olympics.
9.
You're honestly not going to tell us anything, are you?
No, it's just slice of life. Hey, cheeky, very good.
All the characters you love and remember, unless you've never seen this show before. The president's calling. Ironically, Griff's not missing much. Griff, you missed it. They stopped for a second and explained everything.
Oh no! I'll never know what the slice of life anime is about. But it's drama and good feelings.
Turns out there were vampires all along. I have no idea what this show's about.
It's the longest trailer so far, too.
With the shortest description. It literally... Hey, It's number 5 on the chart.
It's slice of life. The kids like that, right? I'm gonna put it at 21.
Oh, so you liked the Bang Dream trailer better than this?
I could probably vibe out to music for a while. This, I'm just like, I see nothing in this slice of life that makes me immediately go, I want to watch this.
I just
not
want to
based off
correct
the
you real
trailer.
quick there. I could probably vibe on music fairly well. In the trailer, that was 75% no music or any background sound whatsoever.
Hey, if they play it during the show, that's what matters.
Literally, this was only music. You could vibe out to music. This was more music than that.
Where do you put an empty blank? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Alright. Your turn to get a good one.
Yeah, that's right. It's Malevolent Spirits, Mangotare Core 2, the
Wait.
sequel to Malevolent Spirits, second season of Motogari.
You said Mango Tari, which is not even close.
Mononogatari. Oh yeah, that's when you gotta like slow down on.
Yeah, you're gonna put the effort in. I'm gonna make fun of you. That's
So
how
what do
we.
you mean put the effort in?
That's how we encourage people to make effort by making
didn't
fun of
realize-
them when they try.
I didn't realize I had effort in this. Where is it?
Well, the fact that I'm not doing that at all means that you're putting in twice as much effort.
There you go. Alright, well, mystery show. Let's see what we get.
Hold on,
Ready?
hold on. Getting the auto translate up.
It's all good.
Like I
What I
said,
ask.
well, you said yours isn't doing it automatically, so I assumed you have to take the time to do it too.
I click buttons fast.
Anyway, count it.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
ボタン俺は君を守り通してみせる
信じていいの？
ああどーんと来い
Okay.
That was a real ass picture.
雅楽寮だな
ご名答
Cool eye.
What is this gonna be about? Oh, okay. Music battle?
京都に里帰りしたのは
Demons?
新たな捜
The
査
actual
対象が
Bankroot
現れたからよそやつはからかさを指しておるらしい
Oh,
Pointing
she's got
out
the
the
Iraqi
sarcasm.
gun.
こんなんさ誓うということの重み理解してるか君人間やなかった
I won't human,
な
I
んだか楽
guess.
しくなってきたかも。私の中にいるマレ人ってまさか。
また会えましたね。
Meet the person inside me again, Mr. Botan Nagasaki.
必ずあなたを解き放ってあげますよ。主様。私たちの主に手を出したな。
So we got another bleach here is what I'm seeing.
Nah,
守る戦
we're not close to that.
長月の
Definitely something.
あれと向き合う時が来た
Maybe another high card?
悲願大難大いに結構
You know, you might be on
皆を
something.
突き進むがええ
もう大丈夫だボタン
龍馬さん。
これ以上貴様の好きにさせてたまるか
I mean, we'll never have another Bleach. Nothing will do another 200 episodes.
There's gotta be something out there.
No, you just don't do that anymore. You're not gonna risk it to make a 200 episode run of something that might not succeed.
Look, Shonen Jump needs something, alright?
It does. I mean, no, it doesn't. It's got Detective Conan.
It needs more Detective Conan.
It's got One
1,000
Piece.
years of Detective Conan.
It still has
So-
One Piece. It also still has Naruto or Boruto.
It also still has Dragon Ball. Literally has not changed in the last 20 years. Oh, that feel. Shonen Jump. The magazine for young kids, not changed in 20 years. Let's see. So, Mangekyo Mono no Moi. Is it actually translated? Is it on this list?
It is. I mean, I'm already done, so that's why I know it's on the list. I've described it. and I have ordered it.
It's all the way down here. Malevolent Spirits.
When in doubt, just hit Control F and type part of the name out.
But I'm lazy.
I mean, that's what I do every time. I can't figure it out. And you seem to sound like you're doing it. It's like, okay, I know what the first...
I'm expecting it to jump out at me. Like, I take forever to give up here.
Well, here's a clue. I didn't enter... I had as much effort in typing it as I did in reading it, which is to say, I only put the first 2 to 3 words. Or I put the first half of the title. I didn't put any secondary crap in. While you're entering yours in, I'll order the main sheet so any viewer can see what's currently
Bleach.
number 1.
Alright, so
I'll bring the
Bleach for not
canvas
200
back.
episodes.
Oh, I called it Bleach knockoff.
There you go. Alright, so you got a doozy here. Let's see what we get.
Sweet Reincarnation. Oh, man. Okay. So I just
We got
moused
our
over.
cooking isekai.
I just moused over and saw how much text there was. A boy named Pastry is set to become the next lord of the destitute dominion of Mortian. He's known for having remarkable talent for his age, and it just so happens he was a genius pastry chef with a promising future in his previous life. He still retains his determination to make sweets that will make everyone smile, even after reincarnating as Pastry. But many challenges stand before him, including bandits attacking his domain, malicious and eccentric nobles, an unfortunate financial situation, and land so barren that even water is scarce. Scrolling down, the only weapons he has to fight them with are his own ingenuity and love for making sweets. Can Pastry succeed in bringing happiness to the land? To the land! I don't know how to... What's the correct exclamation mark?
Yeah, the more, the louder you gotta do it, obviously. So, did I hear that right? He reincarnates as a pastry?
No, as Pastry. His name is Pastry.
Okay. So it sounds really cute. This is baking isekai. Okay, I'm kind of down for that. That's different than usual.
I don't know. They've tipped their creative hand when they named a pastry chef Pastry.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to be doing. All right, but hey, it's got a theme. It knows what it wants. Let's see if it's any good. Ready?
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Cool, auto-translate's doing a shit job again.
Hell yeah.
これは天才と言われながら志半ばで命を落とし異世界の貧乏貴族の息子として転生したパティシエがお菓子と笑顔で満ち溢れた世界を目指す厳しくも甘いスイーツな物語である父様いい金策が見つかりました我が領地が人々を養えるようになったのは
Great confectionist, terrible at business.
I know that a couple of recordings ago we were talking about doing a food anime. I don't think this is it.
Oh yeah, it's lights amounts of magic, okay.
No, he's probably throwing burning pastries.
彼の夢、それは世界で一つのお菓子の国を作ること。
It's an anime that any of your dumb dreams can come true, no matter how dumb they are.
At the very least, I'm already giving it props for main character who does not automatically have the solution to every problem.
No,
he literally got captured by bandits one spell in.
He's literally the opposite of the problem. He's our Marie Antoinette. She's not going to understand the problems of the lower born. He can say, let them eat cake, and they're going to chop his fucking head off.
He's a baker. He can make bread, too.
Yeah, and of course, because it's anime, he's going to make Jesus levels of loaves, right?
And then Jesus broke the bread in half and gave us 2 cakes. But not 10 cakes or 40 cakes. That would be evil. Alright, so Sweet Reincarnation. Where are we? Here we go. Baker tries to run a country isekai. So, where would I put that? It's better than Wizards and Drama. It's probably better than Demon Lord.
There we go.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put that at number 2. I'm kind of vaguely interested in
I
seeing
appreciate that our totals have a running 666 now.
it.
Oh, no, you
Hey.
just changed it.
There we go. And just make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Cool. All
oh,
right.
hey, you get to read your favorite.
Hell yeah, let's go. I should probably go ahead and read. Reborn as a vending machine, and now I wander the dungeon. After dying in a traffic accident, I find myself standing near an unfamiliar lake. My body won't move, I can't hear my voice, and when I try to shout in confusion, words that I never expected come out. Get one with a winner! It seems I've been turned into a vending machine. I can only do what actual vending machines can. It's impossible to move myself, and there's no way for me to have any meaningful conversations. How am I going to survive in some fantasy world dungeon like this? Good question. No response to that.
No, I mean,
Empty.
I've seen the cover of the manga before.
Already, I have no idea what to expect. Everyone just like immediately emotes back at themselves. They just talk into
How
the
do
mirror.
you not have any idea what to expect? You literally read the title.
I've been told by the title to expect nothing.
You've been
So
told to
let's find
expect
out.
both dungeons and a vending machine.
Let's get both of them. Are you ready?
Down it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, so he's a vending machine otaku before.
Oh, that's not just a traffic accident.
I guess we also forgot our music.
生身の付き合いなら恋人同士に見られるかもしれないが、俺無機物だしな。また会えて嬉しいよ、ランミス。
モテモテだね、ハッコンは。
そんな風に言われたら自販機なのに胸が
Closed captioning had failed me. You stopped translating.
うちとハッコンも戦いに参加するよ。
Alright, we got a bear. That's good.
渦を描き貫け。
これくらい朝飯もいっす。
Water mage, always good.
守りますから。
ラミス、無茶しすぎるなよ。
この剣にかけて誓います。私の大切な仲間を守り抜いてみせると。
この作戦がうまくいかなかったら。
うちはハッコンのことを信頼してる。
そうだ、俺も信じるんだ、ランミスを。
じゃあ行こうか。
ハッコン、知ってるか？ダンジョンの最下層に到達し条件を満たした者はどんな願いも叶えられるという。
どんな願いも叶う？
Alright. I can see where this is going.
I still feel like I learned almost nothing.
And yet
I
you
guess
thought
like
you
it's an
learned
entirely
something.
different isekai, but there also happens to be a vending machine. That's all I got. Oh dear. Oh, what do I do with you, Reborn as a vending machine? Alright. Exactly
was-
what it says.
My description was what's on the tin.
Yeah, there you go. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's a vending machine and it's a dungeon. Where am I gonna put it? Do I want to watch that or Bleach?
22.
Honestly, yeah. You know what? Tell you what, I'll say, you know, maybe I'll watch Bleach later.
You know Bleach is actually on this list, right? It's a very confusing comments you're going to be making later.
I'm gonna tell you, we ain't watching 200 episodes of Bleach.
That's up to you. I mean, if I put Bleach at number 1, you have to put Bleach at the bottom of your list or somewhere near the middle of it.
Oh, we'll see. Can Bleach get me hype for Bleach? Let's
Remember,
find
it
out.
was your numbering that made us watch High Card.
True.
I linked it low. You decided I love this show.
Hey, I thought I saw something, and it was terrible.
Speaking of 200 episodes,
Yeah, what you got next?
Jujutsu Kaisen, second season. The second season of Jujutsu Kaisen.
I wonder if there's going to be Jujutsu and Kaisen.
Oh, I mean, it's the one that they say has the most in-depth and also confusing power system.
What was Jujutsu again?
So,
No,
like an alternative form of karate. Martial arts. It's a martial art.
I'm trying to remember if that's the one where you throw people a lot.
I don't think so, because that one is a lie.
Oh. Okay,
There-
well,
I mean, there is a form of karate which is basically just throwing people around, which is the one that you see people videotaping a lot, which is just not. They're faking.
I know there's a Keto, and I thought Jujutsu may have also been like the same branch as a Keto. I guess let's just go ahead and find out what they're doing.
I mean, the easiest way to figure out if any of these martial arts are real is just to research who created it.
There you go. All right, ready?
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
I think it was a prompt for us. This is where
Please
you clap.
Some things did look cool there. Really cool Bleach knockoff.
Shonen Jump action.
So let's see. So where do I place that? Higher or lower than the vending machine? Gosh, that's a tough one, actually. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it at 7.
All right.
There we go.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is kind of exciting.
Well, it's like
Rurouni-
looks like a Trigun that they might be doing right until we see the trailer and find it's all CGI too.
Yeah, let's find out. Rurouni Kenshin, Meiji Kinkaku Romaton. The anime will readapt the main manga series. So, I gotta say, Rurouni Kenshin was one of my early favorites.
I mean,
Like-
but it was basically perfect. So I don't know what you would do with it. I mean, Rurouni
know.
Kenshin was so good that I actually loved the live-action movies. I watched those too.
Yeah. Little baby me was like extra excited with this. And I think it's like this might like be partially responsible for like when I do my own fiction trying to re-inject like slightly real elements into things. Cuz like it goes a little crazy, but like it always like tries to like provide a grounded explanation.
Slightly real things. I'm wearing vertical striped sleeves so I can stab farther because you can't judge where I'm stabbing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's so goofy, but at the same time makes perfect sense and
It
has
doesn't.
back.
It's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
No, it's
we
it
just
make-
all
it's-
bought into it because the story was
it's
good.
why I like JoJo now.
I
That's
don't.
all.
I hate JoJo.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying it's not obviously a good excuse then if the reason that you like something, I hated it. Like I'm saying, the fights were good, the story was good, and the characters were good. So you could just let shit like that go.
Oh yeah.
Let's get to the guy with the chain gun.
Let's see how Rurouni Kenshin does. Are you ready?
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
拙者は流浪に当てのない旅の見
Ah,
学で
new
ござるよ
voice.
Yeah, that threw me off.
日村謙信拙者の今の名前でござる
覚悟なさい
My name is my current name.
をつけようぜ
過去を聞くなんて野暮
ここで死んでもらう最強の維新志士として
たとえ拙者
Looks
の
like a
本性が
slightly updated art style. I mean, not a huge jump.
Yeah, this just looks like modern art. That's all.
I mean, it's either that
all we
or
get.
it's either that or we just remember the old art being like that, and it's not as good.
I definitely remember like the older one being like stiffer and stuff. You know like how like the older like 90s thousands anime looked. I'm not misremembering that. This does look better. I got nothing else though. It's Rurouni Kenshin. Hell yeah, let's do it.
Well, that's the debate now in my head. Do I just want to watch Rurouni Kenshin again?
Ah, there we go.
Where the hell did it go? I just had it. I described it, and it vanished.
Updated look.
It vanished off of my page. I think there might be a little bit of coding oddity happening, because I think you found it, did something.
I just gave it a name.
Did you scored it already?
Yup.
Well, what the hell? It vanished off of mine. Hold on, I got a fiddle. Let me see, where is it on yours? I've got a copy off of yours. Bring it back to mine. Yeah, again, I have no idea what happened. I was typing the description and it just fucking vanished. Oh, it's this thing that was happening before. My description is turning into the title. Alright, now let me rank it. Now that I fixed coding errors.
I believe we call that a skill issue.
No, we wouldn't.
It's the royal we.
God. Let's see. Obviously now I know you put it at 3 because I had to copy off of you. I do appreciate also our last two on our lists are both the same score for wildly different reasons. Do I just want to straight up watch the original Rurouni Kenshin again with updated graphics? What does he say in English? What's his catchphrase in the English version?
That I am.
Does that sell me? Hearing you say that I am, does that sell me?
It's like Hamsuke.
Alright, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah, alright, this list is nonsensical to me. I'm not sure where anything new is gonna go. And I see Bleach is like next on like the ranking list we have here. Oh, where's that gonna go?
Oh no, we have something far stupider on the reading side though.
Oh boy, this is mine or is this yours? I think
mine.
you did Jujutsu Kaisen. So
yeah, it's
yours.
mine. Hyakushou Kizoku. If they have no water, then let them drink milk. Before becoming a manga author, Name was a farmer for 7 years in Hokkaido. She raised cows, grew vegetables, feared bears, and got jerked around by squirrels. She worked all tier long? Does that make sense? All tier long? Tear long?
You got me.
She worked all tear long from morning to night without any breaks, and it was tough. If you read the manga, you'll understand. Thank you. Farmers are cool. The author of Full Metal Alchemist presents her life of blood, sweat, and laughter in comic, and now in anime form? I'm confused.
I knew it.
Is this the story of the author of Full Metal Alchemist, or...
Yes. Okay, so, I recognize the artwork, because every now and then in the manga, they would represent themselves as, like, this little cow critter, because, they used to live on a farm. And they would occasionally mention that in, like, forewords or, like, afterludes or whatever, just, like, talk about, like, their life for a bit. So yeah, no, this is just them assembling all that, I
want to point out, though, no trailer. So, how are you going to take your love for Full Metal Alchemist and translate it into a trailerless description of a show, Griff.
Hey, look, if you read the manga, you'd understand.
Did you?
Yeah. That's actually my tagline description here for it. If you read the manga, you understand. There we go. So where the hell do I put this?
Just say, Griff, how do you take your love of Full Metal Alchemist and translate it into a biography anime of the author with no trailer?
Slice of life comedy of an author.
With no trailer.
Oh dear, yeah, no, what do you do? Let's see. How do I feel about biographies today? Do I want to watch it more than Bleach? You know what, I'll put it at number 8. I want to watch it more than Tiny Boss.
Let me go ahead and correct the master real quick.
Alright, that looks all good to me.
You're next.
Alright, what do we have next? I don't think we can top that, honestly, but this is showstopper.
I mean, if it has a trailer, then yeah.
Oh, it sure does. Nanatsu no Maken ga Shisha Shuru. Springtime at Kimberly Magic Academy. Wait again. When new students begin the first year, a boy clad in black robes with a white cane and sword strapped to his hip approaches the prestigious school. The young man, Oliver, must form a bond with a katana-wielding girl named Nao if he's to survive the dangers he's to face. At this school, that is anything but what it seems.
I swear that all these anime coming out knew that they were coming out in the next core of Bleach.
Everyone trying to compete, right?
Well, just school full of sword users, kind of like Soul Society or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what's the reference there? Like, yeah, Soul Society. I have no idea what goes on in that entire... After, like, the first season of Bleach, I got no idea what's going on.
Oh, I know. I love it. I love Bleach. I just don't expect it's going to top your charts for us to watch it. It's not going to be our next Overlord.
Well, we'll be here until next year.
Literally.
Honestly, One Piece probably before Bleach. I'm going to say that. Even with 1,000 episodes.
Really? I think I would choose Bleach before One Piece, but that's just my... I mean, for somebody who's watched over 1,000 episodes of One Piece already, I think I would watch Bleach any day over One Piece. And I've also watched every episode of Bleach as well.
We could watch it at 2x speed.
No.
So, are you ready for this one?
Count it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
キンバリー魔法学校。ここでは卒業までに2割の生徒が魔に飲まれる。
Consumed by the spell.
俺はオリバー・ホーン。魔法のアレンジや応用が少し得意なんだ。
I figure Warner Brothers was making an anime about a bunch of kids in a magic school.
Alright, so less Bleach, more Harry Potter.
Harry Potter with swords.
There's swords in Harry Potter too.
Name one scene.
For moments.
Good soundtrack.
Yeah, this
it was the age of sword arts. Let's just put them online, perhaps. These sword arts that we put online.
大暦1525年4月8日の夜、あなたはどこで何をしてらっしゃいましたか?
You killed my family. Oh, bird. Okay.
Hey, it's your character from Mutants of Mastermind.
Yeah.
You sue them for
yeah, I had the idea first to have a bird with superpowers.
When you start saying anything Egyptian, I think you've got a case. I think this might be our best trailer yet.
Yeah, there you go. Anime of the year.
I mean, I don't know about the show, But I think it might be our best trailer yet.
Nanatsu, where are you?
Now I got the Scooby-Doo name in my head.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
I think every description of this is going to be descriptor and bleach in the name. This one's Harry Potter bleach.
Yeah, Harry Potter bleach, but hype with bird.
God, I gotta give the trailer some extra points somehow. Oh, God, do I want to watch this more than I do Rurouni Kenshin for the 15th time in the third version? Again, you gotta really watch those live actions if you haven't seen them before.
I should probably go check those out, honestly.
They are great. Like, they do everything the show does, just with live people, like, all the stupid shit, too.
I mean, to be fair, if there's a show to be live action, Kenshin is probably one of the easier ones. You don't gotta do too much for that one.
Well, I mean, one of the big guys just had, like, the power to freeze you in place with his vision, right? So,
yeah. Most of it is sword fighting and occasionally a CGI thing. You don't have to be too crazy. Meanwhile, Dragon Ball, it's like, how the hell are you going to do that live action?
Well,
the
no,
answer
I
is
mean,
they didn't.
Like when you get to the guy who was like, his skin's burning or whatever, the guy who's wrapped up in like mummy stuff.
Yeah, the main antagonist guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's done right too. Like they fucking do everything right.
Hell yeah. Honestly, like good costuming can probably like half save like a live action.
All right, you ready?
Let's find out. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, next up is sorry, just having a hard time here. AI no Adeneshi or alternatively Al no Adeneshi. It's hard to tell. Humanity's dream, crystal humanoid technology. They have illnesses just like humans, but the treatment options are quite different. The troubled... Okay, maybe it is AIs. AIs band together, and the new doctor of the facility, Pseudo, bears witness. So maybe like an animatrix?
Okay.
We know it's 12 episodes, because it literally says that at the top. 12 episodes airing on.
Standard core. Okay. Well, I'm interested to see where this goes. Maybe it'll pop up with some good sci-fi. Let's find out.
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ah, he's got a weird face.
人格のコピーは犯罪だ。だから病院に行かず、あんたに頼んでるんだ。闇医者。
Kind of gives me the vibe of In the Time of Eve.
危ないことは絶対にしないでくださいよ。
Right now, I'm going to say Ghost in the Shell, but during the day.
A lot of the Ghost in the Shell takes place during the day.
医療に絶対の正解はない。ヒューマノイドという新しいメンバーを迎えた世界ならば。
Reptilian eyes.
Hey, it's that kid from Gundam 00.
It's the bear from Bleach.
God damn it, Bleach.
Khan.
You're in everything.
His name is Khan. Okay, why do a lot of them look human, but you have to look like that superhero
All the social
robot?
experiments.
俺は俺にしかできない治療がしたい。それだけだよ。
待ってくださいよ。
術式開始。
Okay. It has the potential to be good, but what I'm seeing is a shittier version of the Time in a Time of Eve. Because the Time of Eve handled personalities, and like, you couldn't tell if the person you were talking to was an AI or a robot or whatever. Because that was the whole point. It's a restaurant type setting thing where you come in and nobody can enter and leave at the same time. So you don't know if you're talking to a machine. And that was supposed to be the point. So it's all personality driven. And this looks like that, but it's all robot driven. Like, we know what you are, and we're just gonna deal with that.
Right, a little bit more Detroit Become Human here, I suppose. Which, I mean, I can get behind some robo-drama, but what I want to know is if there's enough sci-fi in it. And that's hard to get as a vibe there.
Literally all we saw was sci-fi.
Well, no, when I say sci-fi, I mean, are they going to be actually talking about, like, philosophy, and, like, what it means to, like, be a thinking creature? Or is it just going to be, like, you're too robot-y for me to love you?
So as I'm saying, you would like a Time of Eve. That's not the vibe I got here.
Yeah. Okay, so... where am I going to put it? Are we going to do 200 episodes of Bleach or this?
Bleach hasn't even shown up yet.
You know, I think I'd rather still read the manga.
Our new manga show. From Vanada's Hearts to Bleach.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, you're next. And you do love cats.
Yup, let's see what we got here. This is Dekiru Niko wa Kyou Maoyutsu. When Saku took in a stray black cat, she never expected that he would become the equivalent of a housekeeping life partner. But Uchi, a giant cat who towers over Saku, is not your ordinary feline. He takes great pride in his culinary skills, and a good sale at the supermarket always gets his whiskers twitching. Saku may not have her act together yet, but at least she has Yukichi. Alright.
Yeah, no, ironically, it sounded like you were about to say Yoruichi was that character from Bleach who could turn into a cat.
Darn it, Bleach, you're always one step ahead. Well, what do you think about Giant Cat Housekeeper?
I mean,
got any thoughts going in?
It said slice of life, fantasy slice of life, so I don't know. Again, could just be another Dragon Maid situation.
Alright, let's go ahead and see how it goes. Are you ready?
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Tokyo Tower, I assume.
Pretty good 3D budgets.
Cool food cooking we haven't seen the quality of since Tokyo 24th Ward.
Oh, it's even got a train like Tokyo 24th Ward.
It's even got birds like 24th Ward. God, I do not like whatever's going on with the art.
They are
that was a
saving
CGI
a lot
guy.
of money here.
Yeah, no. You're losing
they
the
also
show.
actually spent it.
Yeah, you gotta spend money to lose money. I think they're going the trail of that Trigun thing, where a bunch of people are gonna say, no, this is a really good looking CGI. And I'm gonna throw up on them. It's just shit people would do in fan creations 5 years ago.
I would be fair, I like those 5 years ago. The drama. Will you adopt the little kitty?
どうして我が輩の体はこんなにも小さいのか
This just reminds me of the cat guy from Log Horizon. And I would rather watch more Log Horizon, I feel like.
Totally fair. Well, it's hard to say anything with a giant cat is that bad.
That was pretty bad.
I don't know. I don't think the CGI was entirely phoned in, at least. And I think like the part that actually matters, the characters, those look like they actually animated those.
I mean, this isn't easy for me.
Oh yeah, that's fair. So
my description of where did the budget go? I feel like they paid a guy and he ran off, and they had no legal recourse because they had an expected release date, and they just had to keep going. Hey, look, my friend has a Second Life account and a pretty good series of avatars. Think we can make an anime out of this.
All right. So definitely gonna put this above Tiny Boss. But do I want to watch Cat or Robo Drama? The answer is maybe Robo Drama. And there we go, all done.
Alright, next up is Liar Liar, with a poster that has an art style that kind of reminds me of No Game No Life.
Oh gosh, we got a chess motif. This character's gonna be real edgy and smart.
At Academy Island, everything is settled through games. No Game No Life. Waged for a certain number of stars. Spike's family. With the strongest student being granted the ranking of 7 stars. Hiroto, a transfer student, unexpectedly beats the strongest empress and becomes the pseudo-strongest. In this, how wait? If you beat the strongest, don't you become the strongest? Is that not how it works? You become the pseudo-strongest.
I guess people think you're strong.
A mind game of lies and bluffs begins. Look, here's the thing. All you have to do to not fail at this point, due to my love of No Game No Life, is not be Tomodachi Game. That's all I'm asking for.
Can anything be as Tomodachi Game as Tomodachi Game?
Yes.
Fair.
Anything could be. That's all I'm asking for is for it to not be. Don't Tomodachi Game my No Game No Life.
Alright. Oh, are you ready?
Down it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Also, no trailer so far has had built-in subtitles yet.
Mm-hmm.
自分は一体何位なんだろう。まあそんな順位本気にする必要なんてないか。この世には嘘が溢れてるんだから。
So I said, Regularly, I wanted that song to break out. What does it take to be number 1? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers.
その効果は何でも一つ嘘をつくことができる。
奇遇だな。俺はどんなゲームでも負けない自信がある。
There's some sort of meta theme to these games going on, and I can't quite catch it yet.
Yeah, because the closed captioning isn't really keeping up to anything anyone says. Oh no, what's her name? She has a school uniform that reminds me of Namadoka Magica. Starts with that, I can't remember the name of it. Madoka Box. She's the main character from Madoka Box for some reason. Just less busty. Did not sell me, by the way.
This is Tomodachi Game, but they're in control of the game. That's kind of what I'm feeling here.
Less
also
bad
maybe like
Tomodachi game.
Implied death, I guess.
Where does that rank though?
We're running the Tomodachi Game now, boys. Where does this go?
All right.
You know, yeah, there we go. Little below Robo Drama.
Reorganize the master. for the overlay. Alright, Ray.
Yep, let's see what we got next. We got Bleach, 1000-Year Blood War, The Separation, the sequel to Bleach, the 1000-Year Blood War. The second part of Bleach, Senkai Kenshin Hin.
Number 3 most anticipated.
I wonder why. Who could possibly like this?
Now here's the real trial. If I expect any trailer to have built-in subtitles, it would be Bleach.
Let's find out. Are you ready?
For some reason my subtitles thing's autoed to French.
Same. They know who they're really serving here.
Yeah, of all the options, English wasn't one of them.
Well, you think English matters?
Oh no, I mean of the default options before you had to select your own.
Oh yeah, Dune 2 official trailer. Hell yeah. Alright.
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, built in. There we go. I should say I already watched season 1 on my own, so. And that's literally where it left off, with the Ushio thing.
千年もの平和が死神たちを弱くした。奴らは必ずまた来る。遠くない未来にな。希望に
Sure, you want to mess with Ichigo like that?
Ichigo got his ass kicked last time. His Zanpakuto broke and he had to go through an arc to reforge it.
Ah, okay.
No, like, people died. Like, a whole lot of people died.
If it's called Blood War and a lot of people didn't die, I'd actually be really disappointed.
Yeah, no, like, the Soul Society is in fucking ruins right now.
Alright, that character seems fun.
That's right, Aizen's on the loose again.
So the Quincy's were supposed to be entirely annihilated, right?
That's the whole point of this arc.
Oh, this is...
The Quincy's were not annihilated, and this is them taking their revenge on Soul Society.
Ah, okay.
That's the whole point of this arc.
死神を踏み越えた本当の死神にの。
この戦いが始まってからずっと考えてたんだ。
Yeah, even Kenpachi showed himself to be a badass, and then got his ass kicked multiple times.
Oh, we got a second trailer here.
No, that's kind of literally how every episode of the last season ended.
Ah, fair enough.
They would give you like this little poetic thing about what the next thing would be about, or the character who you just met was. Alright, time to go wildly off the trail with you.
So, where do I put Bleach amongst all the Bleaches today?
Bleach. It's motherfucking Bleach.
Or Blood War.
I'm tempted to rank it really high, just knowing that you're not going to anyway. Since it's gotta be representational. It's gotta be really representational of, God, just looking at the... Well, never mind, I was gonna say my top 3, because I realized it's not the same as yours. My number 2 is your number 12, for example. God, I gotta put... I'm just gonna follow my heart on this one. I'm gonna rank it where I think I want to see it, and not just play the meta of the board like I typically fuck around.
Hey, if we end up watching 200 episodes of Bleach, you know, it happens, right? There you go. 15, where's that put it up? Not in the top 3 yet. Or top 4.
Like I said, it's supposed to be your responsibility to check anything. Same way it's supposed to be my responsibility to check your. And I mean, you don't come into this without any expectations. That's the thing.
We come in with no expectations and leave with 2 animes to leave us questioning what we were doing.
All right, you ready?
It's your bucket. What do you got?
Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Surviving a zombie apocalypse beats being a wage slave any day. After spending years slaving away for a soul-crushing company, Akira's life has lost its luster. He lives in a trash-filled apartment, his pay is abysmal, and he can't even muster up the nerve to confess his love to his beautiful coworker. But when a zombie apocalypse ravages his town, it gives him the push he needs to live for himself. Now Akira is on a mission to complete all 100 items on his bucket list before he, kicks the bucket.
Alright, that's a pretty straightforward plot. Given that this is supposed to be, I guess,
No closed captions.
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering, how dangerous are the zombies going to be if it's ordinary guy working a 9 to 5 who's filling out a bucket list manages to survive?
God. Yeah, now you put the song in my head. What a way to make a living. Working 9 to 5.
There you go.
Shipping and receiving. I forgot how the song goes.
Right. You ready?
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Built-in ones.
Already a zombie. Dead. Oh god. No wonder the zombies don't come to his apartment. Alright, this looks fun.
Do the black and white thing with the color. Love it.
Yeah, I'm getting like a couple Zombieland vibes off of this.
Really short trailer.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't really give anything away, but I think I do get the vibe of it. And, well, it's not Mach 100. I was about to wonder. Let's see, so Zom 100. Where are we gonna put it? Normal dude survives the zombie apoc.
Just realized I left the master list messed up on the thing. I'll fix that real quick. Are you beatboxing yourself?
Yeah, I'm just doing the Rurouni Kenshin intro in my brain.
Add it to our list of opening things that we've hummed during the time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole audio track at this point.
Yeah, put it up on our Spotify. Really, you're going #1 with that?
Yeah.
You know, it's good to know, Griff, because this was the thing I was waiting for, which is why I waited all this time to rank it. I didn't want you to see that I put it at #1.
How dare we agree on something being fun and exciting?
Also, that thing that I commented on that I wanted to see us being drawn as characters, I wanted us to be drawn as fucking zombies, Griff. I want an overlay with zombies. No, I have read half of this manga. So, I'm all about it already.
Beta stamp of approval, hell yeah.
That's why I couldn't help but smile when he shouts, "I'm free," because it's such a massive part of the manga. It's it's like the very beginning, so it's not like a giveaway or anything. It's just the moment he realizes he doesn't have to go work again.
Yeah,
I'm free!
That's a feeling every single person can like immediately get behind. It's like, wait a second, I don't gotta. All right, so that's the happy coincidence there. I think we're watching zombies then this season. Let's see what we got up next. You get ready?
Yep.
We got Dark Gathering. The story centers on Kentura Gintoga, who has the ability to be a spirit medium. In junior high school, he got someone else wrapped up in a spirit possession incident, and he has been a shut-in for more than 2 years. As he reintroduces himself to society as a private tutor, he meets a genius girl, Yayoi Hazuki. Yayo is instantly able to tell that Keteru has a skill as a spirit medium, and she invites him to go to her haunted location. The two then start their journey capturing evil spirits.
I don't know what it is, but it gives me the vibe of Occult Academy.
Which
was a really good show with a major last episode twist to it.
They were dead all along.
No. I mean, I'll go ahead and say it here because it's unlikely you're going to watch it because it's an older anime.
Fair.
And it's never going to come up again. That the main character is a time traveler. So it's a show about the occult the whole time. And it turns out this dude's from the future coming back to save this girl from an event that happens at the very end of the show. So it's like, where did this sci-fi thing come from?
Yeah, a little out of nowhere.
But it's
you can
perfect.
definitely do supernatural time travel. That happens in a couple stories.
Well, I mean, no, this is actual sci-fi.
Yeah,
something happens at the last episode. If I don't change it, the world becomes...
It wasn't a ghost, it was a hologram the whole time.
No, because there's still, fucking supernatural shit left and right. It's just, this one dude is a time traveler, has been the whole time. But he's also your main character, or one of, your two main characters. So it's so freaking odd that you just don't pick up that he's a time traveler, even though you spend almost all your time with him.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
Down it.
3, 2, 1, go.
なぜ僕は気づかなかったのだろうか。扉が開かれるまで。
元凶の霊を殺せば呪いは消える。
The spirit of studying.
No, spirit of study. Is it super quiet for you?
It is, actually. Yeah, that's just their sound balancing. I can't tell who's supposed to be weird and who isn't.
I think everyone's supposed to be weird. Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, okay.
Dolls, immolation, possession. Or possession. Drinking eyeballs. By the way, the closed captioning thing just gave up.
It really has.
Oh no, got a bracket.
How many trash power fantasy isekai this season? Well, Onwed, we got a whole lot of Bleach this season. And our isekai is actually very non-power fantasy so far.
Well, there's only been one.
I'd qualify 3.
No, there's only been one. Unless you're counting the demon guy thing as an isekai. Technically, maybe.
Yeah, that kind of qualifies.
Otherwise, Mushoku Tensei is our only isekai so far.
Yeah, they've been slice of life, comedy, but not power fantasy. It's actually slightly refreshing.
Oh yeah, I guess Sweet Reincarnation technically is, but I have a hard time with the whole reincarnated into another world as isekai.
Gosh,
that one was so not interesting. We talked over it about other shit.
Speaking of talking over stuff, Dark Gathering gave me a lot of mixed messages.
Well,
on one hand, we got the hyper extreme horror. On the other hand, we have shonen anime, you're dead kind of stuff. We have somebody with skull eyes. I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, like I said, low volume Occult Academy. So what do I want to see it more than, though? Okay, I got that. I definitely want to see it more than the food isekai.
But you know, I think I do want to see cows more.
The one we had no trailer for.
Yeah.
God, if that makes it into our top 10, I am going to curse at you every day that we watch that.
Again, if you read the manga, you'll understand, okay? Let's I don't see why that's so hard to figure out.
But you didn't. I have no proof that you did.
That does give me a lot of bracket to deal with, though, because it is actually number 10 right now.
Let me correct the master list while you're adjusting.
I want to watch this or Tomodachi Game 2.0. I think the answer might actually be this.
The answer might surprise you.
Alright, so all the Bleach goes lower down. Except the actual Bleach, I think.
It's hard to go down with the number that I gave it.
Actually, that's the funny thing. Right now, the real Bleach is actually lower down on my list than the knockoff Bleaches.
Which is just a shame.
I know. Alright.
My turn?
Yeah, next one's you.
Sorry. I was about to joke and just scream the name since it's full caps, but I realize I can't do that.
Yeah.
Sin Duality Noir. The year is 2222. It has been years since Tears of the New Moon, a mysterious rain, poured and wiped out almost the entire human race. The poisonous rain gave birth to deformed creatures devouring humans, and humanity fled the danger. As means for survival, the humans then build an underground haven, Amasia, and this newly built dystopian city in a pursuit of maintaining their existence, they run into an artificial intelligence named Magus. Not knowing how things will work between them, the story of how humans and AI coinciding and trying to find their truths begin. None of this makes sense. 1, it rained on the entire Earth all at once. 2, how do you build a city and then find an AI in it?
Good question. I was about to say, though, this is our Heavenly Delusion prelude here.
No, my problem with this is that I've seen this before. This was an episode of The Outer Limits, the new Outer Limits, where all of humanity died one day in the rain. Because you can tell, because somehow a newspaper was printed, and it was just sitting on the street somewhere, and a main character wrote it, and the only thing that's left are cyborgs. Not cyborgs, androids, I guess. You know, no biological left in them.
Yeah. That's always like a funny translation thing where like people who get fully replaced over Japan, like they end up using cyborg or android. They use android for that like all the time. It's just kind of funny.
I'm just saying, I've seen this before in an hour-long episode of The Outer Limits. So again, I'm still thrown off by the 1. It rained across the entire Earth all at once. 2, we built the city, and yet somehow found a mysterious AI in it.
Yeah. Onwood makes a good point. It's just an anomalous, unnatural phenomena, which is going to be their main mystery box. That's just what it is.
That natural phenomenon when it rains across the entire Earth all at once.
Unnatural.
Yeah, no, you understand that means it had to rain both in that Antarctic base where we have currently a research facility in Brazil, New York, the Siberian wastes, and China. It had to rain the entire planet across. Anyone in the middle of the ocean on a boat, it also had to rain there.
Yeah, a whole bunch of boats out there.
By the way, also, where did we run away to?
That's a good question. Why do they have a prepared underground city with an AI in it?
This is Blue Gender meets Ember. What's that?
It's a lot of things.
City of Ember. Blue Gender meets. It might not be Blue Gender, but it's blue something. The one where the Earth gets covered in like mutant creatures, and humanity
and then
runs
you're fighting
away.
bugs forever.
Yeah, well, humanity runs away to a space station
in
Earth orbit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm ready to see what we get here.
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
So 20 years after the event of the rain.
Data is quite stimulating.
This feels like the same animators as 24th Ward, just with a mix of a CGI studio.
Yeah, I'm getting that feel.
The Enders? So no Enders? Let me get mechs.
Now, when it said noir in its title, I was expecting, like, you know, dark mystery. Not what we're getting here.
Pac-Man's
oh,
still
Tower
a
of
thing.
Jiraga.
Where did you see Tower of Jiraga?
It was just for a frame.
But there was a game? Or was it
yeah, they were just playing Pac-Man.
You said Tower of Jiraga. Griff, this thing would have earned so many extra points if there was Tower of fucking Jiraga in there. Don't. That will blow up in your face, Griff. We'll end up watching this. I guess it plays my hand out. I'm not giving this a high score. Noir is the character. That's where the name comes from.
Alright, yeah. There we go. It's the AI character they're gonna be messing around with.
I was not a big fan of the slapdash CGI fights that were going on.
Animated into the breach. You know, that's not too far off, actually. Gosh, everybody just loves blue gender for some reason. They just love robots fighting giant bugs. That's what it comes down to. Let's see. So, singularity, right?
Alright, blue gender with CGI mechs. Where does this get ranked? God, I'm so tempted to still put it above the real story of Full Metal Alchemist.
Let's see. Yeah, where does this go for me?
Well, we're close to halfway through.
We do have another robot on the list, and honestly, I think this goes down below AI no Denshi for me. Minimum. I think I'd watch all the Bleach stuff.
I think, again, this has the problem of that might be an amazing show at the end of the day. The trailer did a bad job.
Yeah, I'm in agreement on that. Hey, there we go. One more, and I will have filled up to halfway.
I was very confused by Oddwind's statement there, just going back and reading. It's like, Made in Abyss isn't in this seasonal thing. What are you talking about? Did I miss a Made in Abyss thing? It's like, no way.
Yeah, if Made in Abyss popped up out of nowhere, honestly, we would be hype.
Yeah, no, Made in Abyss would be like a number 1, number 2 scenario.
On what we are doing an ordered listing, so number 1 is the best, and number 46 is going to be the worst.
Golf score sort of thing.
Yeah. So, alright. Up next then, we have Helck.
Watch your mouth.
No. A certain country in the demon world. The Demon King was defeated by the hands of one of the heroes, and a competition was held for the title of the new Demon King. So this is just Yu Yu Hakusho, then.
Really.
The Imperial Four Heavenly Kings Vermillo, who is in charge of the tournament, is furious at the participation of a human hero, Helck, who is supposed to be her enemy. After receiving news of the fall of the castle of Urim before the final, Vermillo sets out to retake Urim Castle with Helck and the other finalists. With a smile, Helck says, "Let's destroy humans." Are those words true? The truth behind the smile is...
There is an anime I cannot remember the title of, but it's made by the same creator of Spice and Wolf, which is basically Hero and Demon King, where it's basically the Demon King and the hero join forces to make the world a better place, despite the war going on around them. And this kind of has that feel to it, maybe with a splash of any of the isekais centered around. God, what is the name of the most famous Japanese general? Suddenly I can't remember.
General? I don't know. I can think of a admiral.
No, like a warlord general. It's not coming to me. Anyway, there's a lot of Kid in King Arthur's Courts anime based around it. Like, I'm going to go back in time and romance a gender-bent version of them, or I'm going to supply them with the knowledge of the future tactics that'll help them win. That sort of stuff.
Did you guys see the 2 OVAs that gave Yu Yu Hakusho for the 25th anniversary? 2 shot and all for nothing? Nah, I haven't seen that. At best, I watched through all of Yu Yu Hakusho once and then just went, yeah, that's enough for me.
I got to the arc just past the tournament arc in Yu Yu Hakusho. The one where they're starting to do all the, hey, I have the power to control a field around me, and that field has definitive rules. Like, oh, you have to play video games against me, or everything in this house does this. And that's about where I stopped, so I never really finished Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, so you never got to the next tournament arc, where things go even crazier.
No, I did not.
Yeah, so that just slipped right off you as a reference. Yeah, they are huge wet blankets. They're just they stop the story.
I love tournament arcs. Look, Kuwabara would not be the man he is today without that tournament arc, right? Well, that and the preceding thing where he first discovers his spirit sword, but also the first tournament arc in Naruto, amazing. Look, sometimes
it's the one reason you watch Naruto is going to be what I have to say.
The
as someone who's
exams.
only watched up until the Chunin exams and then stopped.
No, I mean, I went on for a long time with Naruto until Naruto became the most annoying character in all of anime. Like, I hate him. I fucking hate Naruto.
Yeah. I guess, on an aside, Naruto went for me from ninjas to what the hell is all this wizard stuff?
I don't have any
Which,
problem.
if it just advertised itself as wizards from the beginning, that'd be cool.
I'm just saying that if you go far enough into a show and you have defined characters that you have genuine opinions about, and then you just want to see them fight, some tournament arcs are amazing. I'm down for a good tournament arc. If they're just like, I don't care about any of these characters, I just want to see where the story goes, and now I'm stuck in a 5 to 7 episode tournament arc, yeah, then that's a wet blanket, sure.
You know what, Onward? I would absolutely watch a redub of Naruto where Naruto is just Bobby Hill. I would do that. I would absolutely watch 20 episodes of that.
Well,
that's
that's the problem, though. Is the beginning of Naruto is literally that boy ain't right. That is the synopsis of the first season of Naruto.
God dang it, Bobby! You used the shadow clones again. All right,
Dang it,
before we
Bobby,
go
why
too
don't you take
crazy.
this whole ninja shit seriously? Yeah, count it
All right.
out.
3, 2, 1, go.
とある国、一人の勇者の手によって魔王が倒された。
I wonder which country it is.
If only we
ここ
knew.
魔界では熱いバトルが繰り広げられていた。
Kind of looks like Dark Schneider.
彼は今大会の優勝候補。
It's a really muscular Dark Schneider.
人間の勇者でございます。
Oh, for a bunch of demons, they all look like humans so far.
It's common.
Or maybe that's just the hero.
Well, I mean, the blue hair guy is clearly Helck.
もうこの世に存在すべきではないんだ。俺はヘルク。よろしく。
ヘルク、お前の行動次第で私たちの未来は大きく変わる。
ヘルクは脅威だ。 戦うべき相手かどうかを見極めるべきだと思う。
これはお前にとっても大切
I mean, I
な
gotta tell you, it's not really selling me.
Bird.
I was more sold by the description than I am the trailer.
敵と判断した時
Yeah, I know, right?
でもヘルクは始末する
Oh, that's kind of cool.
肩をつけなきゃならないんだ。
勇者ヘルクは人間史上最悪の大犯罪人のようです。
Can't help but notice that the closed captioning says Herc, as though this guy is supposed to be Hercules.
You know, that makes perfect sense, really.
Does it? I don't remember the Hercules tournament arc. After you're done with your trials, come meet me in the arena.
Instead of 17 trials, it'll be 17 tournament brackets. 1,000 years of tournaments. So where do I put this one? Jeez.
Like I said, it was better in text form.
I think I'd probably have to compare this to all the bleaches.
Was it better than Dark Gathering?
You know...
Alright, got that. Let me adjust the...
There we go. 1,000 years
Master
of
Sheet.
Torment at number 12 for now. Which means Horror Shonen goes down.
There we go.
2021, perfect. Hey, bingo.
What was that?
Filled up down to 20 in 21.
Yep.
So, all right. I think that was me. Next one's up to you.
Bungo Stray Dogs 5, the 5th season of Bungo Stray Dogs. Detective employees are caught one after another, and Kumai, the leader of Tenjin Gushui, is closing in on the armed detective agency. Will the agency survive? Well, after not having watched 5 seasons of it, you know what that gives me high calling to?
What's that?
Well, the hint was right there in the name. What I just said, Griff.
More high carding?
Yeah, it sounds like high card to me. The only show in the history of our reaction channel that we have ever given up.
It sounds to me like it's in the middle of a second act, is what I'm hearing. This is like the darkest moment for everyone before they recover and go after the villain.
Sounds to me it's in the middle of its 5th act.
Yeah, it took it that long to get there. All right, you ready?
Down it.
3, 2, 1, go. Criminal application of mobile power. We call it celestial beings.
Armed detective agency. Kinda has a vibe of Simpo Gear to it.
Where everything is just like over the top.
Well, no, like the command center and the figuring stuff out bits and I don't know, it's like a very small field. That's right, Knives. I'm gonna destroy this starship and crash us into a planet.
This is actually the Trigun prequel, yeah. Okay, we got Spectre.
I think this would fall into our category of Bleach knockoffs.
What are their powers? How would you describe them?
Yeah, mutant powers? We don't know the sources, so it's hard to tell. I know Bungo Stray Dogs is also... I know Bungo Stray Dogs is also on our viewer poll side thing too, so...
So I guess some people do like it, huh?
Yeah, it's highly recommended.
It's got 5 seasons.
Yep. Be the next Overlord if we watched it. I always love it when we vote on a show that by the time we get to the season we voted on it, forgotten what the trailer was.
So there we go. Stray Dogs 5. Is that gonna stay? Did the trailer really appeal to me? What is it?
I mean, if that was like the first season, yeah, it would really appeal to me. But now I have to wait against watching 4 seasons before we get there.
Could this be a good high card? Well, it's got 5 seasons. Where would I put that?
Yeah, they don't make 5 seasons of a show in this day and age unless it's better than. You know, it's the exception to the 12 season. Well, the conversation we had earlier.
Mm-hmm. Running the Tomodachi game, Jujutsu Kaisen, or Bleach.
Is it better than Harry Potter Bleach? Do I want to watch it more than rewatching all of Rurouni Kenshin again?
I want people to Overlord, but I can't subject them to Lizard Sex Season number 2 or the atrocious CGI season. Oh boy, do we have a lot to say on that.
We're already into our 4th season of Overlord. We're finishing off the show after, I think, 2 seasons ago, voting to watch Overlord.
Did we actually see the Genshin Impact anime trailer?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it would have made the list on me because I'm not a Genshin Impact player, so I've had no interest. That's just the way that works. So you'd have to be super interested, Griff, because you have to push it up the list.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is towards the bottom of my list right now.
No, I meant the Genshin Impact thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, this show that we just saw was higher on my list.
Yeah, much, much higher. I guess it's because I ranked all the Bleaches lower. I'm just like, this is where my action bubble is this season.
You know, my thing is always I go to the top of the list and say, would I want to watch this more than this? No, down, no, down, no, down. So I had to make the hard choice of it. I want to watch it more than I want to watch Harry Potter Bleach or Reborn as a vending machine. Which is staying oddly high. I mean, it's still number 8 for both of us for some reason.
Honestly, vending machines' existence has made this entire season better.
I will oddly also point out that Bleach is currently in our top 3. You did not vote it low enough to beat my number 3 ranking.
Yup. Alright.
100 years! 100 years of Bleach! Griffin Theta! Bleach! 100 years!
100 years! Next one up is, am I actually the strongest? After being a shut-in, Haruto is reincarnated as a baby. And amazingly, the baby is a prince. However, he's abandoned in a forest on the days he's born because of his low magic level. What will be the fate of Haruto, who was inadvertently given 1,000 times the normal amount of magic by the goddess of reincarnation without anyone noticing?
I've seen this one before as well. There is an anime called Didn't I Tell You to Make Me Average? Where this girl gets reincarnated. She gets isekai'd into another world. And her only wish is to be average because she was overpowered in the real world, basically. She's too smart.
I remember watching that one.
Yeah, she's too smart. She's too physically able. She's attractive. I just want to be average. So the thing makes her the average between a germ and a god, which tends to average you out closer to God. So she is overpowered once again.
Well, if you wanted to know where the power fantasy isekais were this season, well, here it is. We found them. Alright. Are you ready?
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Of course, I had to add the boob jiggle.
Give you way overpowered abilities.
Boob jiggle in every scene she's in. Oh, it's got built in.
俺今超ピンチじゃん。急すぎる。どういうことだ。君からは人の域を超える魔力を感じるが、まさか魔王の生まれ変わりか。前世はヒキニートですが。
そうです。私が魔王です。
Playing along.
あれから9年。
おはよう、アルト。
俺はゴルド辺境博の庇護のもと生き延びたのである。
Yes, it's the reincarnation trope that I hate.
Alright, but it's not like I'm going on an adventure to solve the world. It's like, no, I'm overpowered. I'm gonna be lazy as hell now.
俺はいつになったら平穏な引きこもり生活が送れるん
It's
でしょ
even
う
got
か。
the castle from God, I can't remember the name of it. The one where the prince is like super lazy.
Yeah.
But has
Gosh,
to
I can't remember.
Has to win a war against another kingdom, so he's like balanced the economy. All he's trying to do is make his kingdom so valuable that he can sell it and retire.
Who do you sell a kingdom to?
Another kingdom, basically just.
And they summon cubes? Yeah, I think that's just the defendability. The Salt on Adult Swim was it Kakashi? Well, this is like brand new though. Such a strange premise for a show, cube summoning. I think they can do more than that. Am I actually the strongest? Neat, just wanna neat. Alright, so first isekai power fantasy of the season. Where does it go?
Got it.
You know what?
While you're doing that, I'll correct the master list again.
Yeah. There we go. Put an isekai where it belongs, at the bottom. Alright, you are up next.
Alright, next up is AYAKA. The story follows Yukito Inagi, an orphan who one day encounters an eccentric disciple of his father's. The strange man takes him to his birthplace of Yakajima, made up of several islands where mysterious beings called Mitama and dragons are rumored to reside. There, Yukito meets his father's two other disciples, who protect the harmony of Yakajima, which soon threatens to collapse. So they didn't do a good job. I'm clearly going to guess that he's the guy wearing the suit in the poster.
So we got a kingdom that's crashing, is that what I'm understanding here?
I guess. I mean, it really gives me the description gives me the feeling of Kenichi, World's Strongest. Ironic, given the one we just watched. It's called. Well, you know, he's just a normal dude who wanders into this place full of super strong disciples. World's Strongest Disciple. Kenichi, World's Strongest Disciple. That was the name of it.
Yeah. Which was so fun. Oh gosh, I kind of miss it.
Well, I mean, I watched the whole thing, but then I jumped to what the manga ended because I just wanted to know what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I really like how the manga ended.
I only saw I think one season anime. That's all.
Well, there's just a one frame ending that's everything ended good. So
there you go. That's what we need.
Well, I mean, they basically give you they had more adventures, but here's a one picture thing to show you that everything ended the way you probably wanted it to end.
Again, the best way to end a series, I don't know, I guess they went on more adventures. Alright, you ready?
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Read the juice.
If your dreams feel bad, that might be a bad sign.
ようこそ彩香姉妹。
どうも。
I like the music.
Yeah, this is really classic music.
Oh shit. Built-in subtitles. I didn't need that this whole time. Yeah, it's also not like a little isolated island either. They got like a little town, city thing going on. Oh no. He's doing clone no jutsu or whatever.
Oh no.
Look, everybody knows what this means. Kage no jutsu. Yeah. I gotta say, I'm really gonna base that more on the sound than I was. Because the plot really didn't give me that much that I feel like I want to work with.
Yeah, What? How do I voice this? It definitely feels like more like the someone discovers that the world is more fantastical than they thought kind of story.
Yeah, which isn't always bad.
Which, yeah, no, like it's different than the usual way, like we see, like with our anime, where it's you get isekai'd into a fantasy world. It's like, no, it was the fantasy was just there all along. And yeah, that's a good vibe. This feels like it's entirely, like, really, really happy. To do Boy Goes to Fantasy Island. Let's see.
Like I said, yeah, the music was the main thing for me.
I think I would go ahead and put it all the way up.
While you're ranking, just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
That's all good. We'll probably go ahead and take a short little break here. Once I figure out how to rank things. And there we go. So Onward, have you seen like the entire list of stuff coming out for summer 2023? Is there anything that you've heard of that you're excited for? That's going to take a couple seconds for a response, but this is all good. Let's see. I take a look at what we got here at our top overall. We got Zom 100 and Mushoku Tensei. Number 3 is Nanatsu no Maken.
All right.
All right.
See, the next one has no poster. However, it's one that we see every goddamn season.
No poster, no video. It's just coming back. Onwards here is looking for Kenshin. Yeah. Yeah, no, I was that kid. I was addicted to Kenshin.
It's been a thing every time I look at the list. Do I just want to watch Kenshin again for the 3rd time? I mean, so we watched the original Kenshin. I said before, I watched all the remake live-action movie Kenshins. So it should be a 3rd version of Kenshin.
Alright, so do we do card fight here? Or are we skipping that since it's got nothing?
Should be on the list.
Yeah, no, it is. Alright. Cardfight Vanguard Will plus Dress Season 3. 3rd season of Cardfight Vanguard Will plus Dress. I don't remember seeing any of the trailers beforehand, and there's just nothing here.
Yeah, we did. We watched a trailer every friggin' season. This thing is always here.
Is this just the new Yu-Gi-Oh?
I think that's what we said before.
Is this the new Yu-Gi-Oh? Alright.
Now, how do I rank it against the other one that had no trailer?
Yeah, no, that's another good question. Do I put it down low? Do I put it real high in hopes that, like, hey, it's got 3 seasons?
Or does it beat the where did the budget go description one? Well, that was an easy read for you.
Yup. Alright. So, nice and easy. What do you got next?
I guess Eiyuu Kyoushitsu? The story is set in Rosewood Academy, a school that trains future heroes destined to protect mankind. The school accepts only those with the most potential. Arnest Flaming, a girl who boasts the top record in the academy, is assigned to guide a mysterious but cheerful new student named Blade, who rivals her own power. So, Ruby. An anime version of Ruby.
My Hero Academia.
An anime version of Ruby, separate from that other anime version of Ruby that we got and decided not to watch.
Oh gosh, yeah, they did do that, didn't they? Oh no. Alright. So, let's just watch some Ruby. Ready?
Well, I mean, it specifically makes me think of Ruby because it's that one, my favorite character who died, and I stopped watching Ruby because of it. Mm-hmm. It's literally that story and the guy. It's like if we watched the side characters of Ruby from season 1. That's what that sounded like.
There you go. Alright, you ready?
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, it's upbeat. I'm here at the Ultimate Hero School to make friends.
Yeah, they said a lot of stuff and then they stopped translating it.
I'm not a hero.
But I do not mind. Worst way to translate. Here's the most problematic character on the internet right now.
Oh no.
I do not think I want to watch this show. Here's clothed and non-clothed versions.
Buy both action figures now. I don't want to be spicy.
I think you probably have a problem when you have a character where you start the camera at the bust, and just before you reach the face, you decide to cut away. What's that? I'm super strong and now super popular as well.
Super powered harem owner. Okay. Oh gosh, where is it on the list? Yeah. Super powered schoolboy harem owner.
Power Fantasy 101.
Yeah. There you go. You want the power fantasy, you're getting it. Would I rather watch this, which at least has like some energy to it? Or do I want to see Neats just wanted to Neats?
That was easy. I mean, it's better than the 3-colored hair that we got from Yugi Boy. That's a hairstyle that'll never be explained.
Look, it's L'Oreal because he's worth it. Why the split hair color thing is catching on in Japan? Just because it's cool, it's easy to distinguish characters based on that, and if you want to go the extra mile, you give them 2.
No, it's easier to fix. Right? I want to test 2 different hair colors, and they're gonna clearly people are telling me which one's the bad one. So then I only have to fix the other half.
Hey, there you go. All right, guess the next one is on me. Does this one have a good translation? This is Genjitsu no Yohane, Sunshine in the Mirror. The story reimagines Yoshiko Tsushima, the school idol afflicted with Chunabiyu, adolescent delusions of grandeur, as a magical girl. The story is set in Nimazu, a scenic harbor town surrounded by the sea and mountains. Ever since she was a little girl, Yohane has never fit in and has always felt apart from everyone in her town. Her aspirations and true place in the world lie elsewhere. The story follows this girl who can't follow rules as she journeys into the mysterious world.
Oh boy, I love stories about Karens. Also, I'm just because I'm confused. It reimagines this character as X. Does that mean she's from something else?
Is this a real person they're just making an anime about and putting them into an isekai?
Oh, maybe she's from the part you didn't read.
Oh yeah, there's a second part here. No, that's just notes. Was initially teased as an April Fool's joke in 2022 and later formally announced in June during day 2 of the Accor 6 Love Live Kuru Rock and Roll Tour Tokyo Dome concert.
Right, well, I'm saying maybe
so
the
it is
person,
in fact a pop idol real person.
That's saying maybe the person is related to the Rock and Roll Tour.
Adapted a fake anime made up for an April Fool's joke. This is Snakes on a Plane. This is literally Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane is a real movie.
Snakes on a Plane was a joke that someone made into a real thing eventually.
Look, I watched Zombies on a Plane, so I already know Snakes on a Plane is real.
Yeah, it's real now. It wasn't at first.
You know, like most things, Griff. Do you know how entertainment works? You think of it, and then you start working on it, and then you make it.
Yeah, but most things don't start as a meme for like 5 years. That's what I'm saying. Alright.
Ready?
Yeah, no captions. Okay, I'm ready. Snakes on a Plane.
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
I feel like 2 different soundtracks are playing at the same time.
A little bit. It's like the faded in vocals in the background and everything. Golly.
Now we got the band thing happening again, where we get no words or anything.
Warming up here.
No, we just get the band thing from earlier, where we get no text, no voices or anything. We just have the song playing.
The music and the visuals, that's all you get. Alright, dog is good dog. That's all I needed to know.
Boy, by watching this trailer, I sure can't tell she doesn't follow the rules. Again, I have the opposite problem I had with the other ones. That trailer looked alright. The description of the show did not sell me, and in fact pushed me away.
It's a little bit of reverse of like half of what we've been getting today, huh?
I don't know how to take this one. Definitely not the top 10.
Playing the anime. Yeah, this feels like a vibe, but I mean, there's a lot of other stuff to watch. That's what I'm feeling right now. But where does it actually rank? Would I just vibe around with Idol in an alternate world? It's better than 22, but I still want to see Yu-Gi-Oh!
There we go. Are you seriously voting the ones up that we didn't even get trailers for?
There's some things that I do want to see, and I think the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like my middle ground here. Anything below that is something that is probably
okay. It's still in your 20s. I was really concerned you said I want to watch the new Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's still in the very back half of your chart, so
yeah.
Concern is what I felt.
Character salad is what it's being called. Nothing of substance, just squishing a bunch of characters together. Yeah, no, that sounds like a cash-in isekai there.
Oh, heavy irony here. That I was joking about how another anime felt like Devil's a part-timer.
Gosh,
here we are.
You timed this.
Yeah, here we are. Devil's a part-timer. Season 3. Sequel to Devil's a Part-Timer.
Yeah, ready?
No, I haven't even opened everything yet. Let me see, is it auto-translating? Yes, it is. Okay, count it out.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
勝手ですけど、私今までみたいな日常がずっと続
See, I didn't watch season 2, so the whole child thing is lost on me.
悪逆の限りを尽くすから。お前も改めて俺を殺しに来いや。
あなたは世界征服なんかしたいんじゃない。ただすごいことをした自分を誰かに認めてもらいたかっただけじゃないの。
So she's still after him.
Oh no, my favorite, McRonald. Oh.
What do you think he's a part-timer at? The easiest place to get a job at.
I didn't think it was McRonald's. I still love fake business names.
勇者エミリア、俺についてこい。世界征服の過程でお前に新しい世界を見せてやる。
Yeah, it's very surprising to me she doesn't try to kick his ass the moment he's saying world domination. So I do remember a little bit of her character, and seems like she would not stand for that.
I don't know, if I had to choose between McRonald's and world domination, I actually kind of lean heavily on the world domination.
I'm just more laughing now at the fact you keep focusing on McRonald's more than anything else.
I can't help what I love. I love cheap fast food.
Where would I put season 3 of Devil is a Part-Timer?
Yeah, no, like it looks good. It looks fun. Yeah, Devil is Part-Timer.
Hold my beer. I gotta restructure my whole list.
Oh no. Oh yeah, it's a Hataraku. There we go. But the real one. Alright. Yeah, now for me to stress out about, like, where does this fit? Do I watch this more than Rurouni Kenshin?
Right. Update the master list for the overlay.
Yeah, I think this is an easy replacement.
There we go.
Now to update the entire list.
Did you update Rurouni Kenshin? No, still seems to be 5 on yours.
Yeah, it went down exactly 1, I think.
Oh, did you put...
Wait, no, I'm sorry. The new one went down just below.
You put Devil as a Part-Timer at 6?
Yes, to replace the other Devil as a Part-Timer.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Let me re-update the master. Stop looking at old information.
Oh, we got at least 2 tied at number 10 now.
Yeah, that was my confusion, because I was looking at it, and it looked like Devil's a Part-Timer was in our top 3, and I was like, wait, that can't be right. Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin, and... God, I don't even know what that other one is. Harry Potter Bleach. Harry Potter Bleach is beating actual Bleach.
Yes, Harry Potter Bleach, but with a bird.
I'm going to put this on the table just in case this becomes a problem. I think I'm more willing to re-watch Rurouni Kenshin than I am to watch Harry Potter Bleach.
Nobody ever said your scores are final. You can change this up anytime you want.
Oh, I know I'm not going to. I'm saying in the event of a tie.
Okay, fair enough.
Because we're shooting for 3 shows here. We have 3 shows to replace because of how we've done things. We have 3 shows ending next month.
I do love your description on Wit. Kenshin as a elegant full-course meal and Devil's a Part-Timer as a greasy fast food burger. I'm eating them both. Give it to me at the same time. What do we got next? I think this one's mine.
Yep, another easy read.
Yep, Horimiya, The Missing Pieces, the new anime project adapting popular side stories that were left out from the previous adaptation. So we got a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood situation going on with what I assume is a slice of life.
Or it's just a series of side stories that'll make sense if you've only seen the original product.
A whole bunch of anthologies. You know what? Give me Azumanga Daioh new college edition or something.
Yeah, you ready?
Right. Yeah, I'm ready.
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ready for a trailer that'll make a whole lot of sense.
More music.
セーラーとブレザーどっちが王道？お待たせ！いつもより少しだけ慌ただしい日常が始まる。
河野さんできるじゃん。本当？
親友ね、戦国。何が親友だったまね。
戦国の彼女の話。
What a tagline. Life, but a little bit more hectic than usual.
That's the degree of life that I try to avoid.
なんで？
なんで？
I feel like my problem here is that these are side stories, and I can't picture what's happening knowing that.
It's an entire track and field day arc.
It kind of feels like that.
Bochi did it better.
Kaguya-sama did it better.
超可愛いよ。
I mean, Kaguya-sama had a whole track and field arc, so...
Razefon did it better.
There was no track and field arc that you saw.
They hung out at the pool, that's close enough.
No, they just walked over to the pool to talk. Neither of them was even dressed up to use the pool.
There we go. So Horimiya... Oh... What's the main story?
What's the story, Wishbone? Yeah, I mean, this has to be the definition of mid, because it very much... I don't mean mid as an insult. I mean, this is... That was perfectly acceptable, and I feel like I would be invested more if I knew what was going on from the original.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to put this one just above Neat's Just Wanting to Neat, and below Snakes on a Plane. I still want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! First. Toradora. Have you heard of that one before, Theta?
Isn't that the World War II movie?
I don't know. Onward seems to think it is a slice of life anime. And a good one. I think Toradora might be the World War I.
No, I'm thinking of Tora, which is the dramatization of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor.
Ah, gotcha.
1970s film. I mean, I've heard Toradora before. I hear a lot of similar names these days. Alright, you ready for the next thing?
Yeah, I'm ready.
My Happy Marriage. Born to a noble family, Mio is married off to Kyoka, a soldier so heartless his prior fiancés fled. With nowhere to go, Mio slowly starts to open her heart to her cold husband-to-be. Could this be love? I'm not ashamed to say that I thought her said opened her heart to her cuckold husband, because my mind was wandering in mid-sentence.
Oh dear, that's well, maybe not exactly the wrong place to wander for this series. Let's find out.
I mean, it could be good. Number 9 most anticipated.
I mean, I guess it's gotta have something going for it.
And defaulted to English, so that's also great.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
The Demon Eyes.
Oh gosh, we're back in Naruto.
I don't know, something about it. I did not anticipate superpowers or fantasy stuff.
That's superpower and useless.
あのお母様の桜の木のようにいらない子なのよね。同じサイモリの娘として恥ずかしくないのかしら。幸せなんて知らなかった。
ミヤ、ごめん。
一縷の希望もいつも目の前で消えてしまったから。
Something called My Happy Marriage. It's got like really dramatic and depressing.
And yet still super interesting.
Yeah, I'm feeling some good drama here, for sure.
It's also playing out like the reverse of what I expected. Hey, it's Hughes.
Gosh darn it, Hughes. You know where you're supposed to be.
坊ちゃんはいろいろと良くない噂があるようですけれど、本当はお優しい方なのですよ。
I think the oddity here is also that we played out that we know this guy has no superpowers, so he's literally just a guy.
Yeah, there's an entire alternate story taking place somewhere else now. I want to know that too. The line is like always right, the most interesting time for your characters. But like I feel like the corollary to that is don't write a character more interesting than the one you're writing.
Yeah, a lesson IBO never learned.
Oh gosh.
What about that Calamity War we're gonna reference 100 times and sounds a lot more interesting than the time we live in.
I want the destruction of the world, alright? So My Happy Marriage. Some good looking drama.
God, where am I gonna put this? This is a tough one. Oh, God,
alright, I think I know where it goes.
I don't know where this goes.
Well, it's better than a slob trying to not get up and do work for me. So that already put it pretty high up.
I think I'm rearranging the list a bit now.
My Hero Academia suffers from that problem so hard. Don't care about Deku. Tell me more about Ichigo. Which one was? Icy Hot. Oh yeah, no, yeah. We get like a whole season of that though, and it's great. Deku is just like the central character, but yeah, no, he is kind of like less interesting. I want to know more about
my problem with that is that the season that we get more about the whole Icy Hot family is the season that Deku is his most interesting.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Also, I didn't see you score the thing yet.
I did.
Not on my sheet.
I haven't seen you score yet.
Oh, I guess you had to refresh because I just saw it pop up.
Yeah, I tapped over to yours just to check, and yeah, there you go. It's updated on mine now.
Yeah, I saw you vanish like you refreshed the page or something. I don't know.
We have a 3-way tie for third now.
Hold on, let me refresh the main listing.
Probably a good idea.
There's that.
What is our 3-way tie for? It's currently...
I'm still showing a 2-way tie.
I see My Happy Marriage at 11, Rurouni Kenshin at 11, and Harry Potter Bleach at 11.
Oh, that's odd. Hold on, the thing is not... Okay. For some reason, it took a minute to update. Like, I tabbed over it, tabbed back to the overlay, and it was still showing double 10s. Although I'm showing only double 11s. What is going on with this thing? Hold on.
Well, we'll get it working eventually. We'll get it by the end. That's what matters.
Yeah, it's still showing double 11s. I mean, look over here. Yeah, what are you saying? Double,
Triple.
Where are you seeing a triple-way tie? I see 2, 4, 11, 11.
Rurouni Kenshin, Nanatsu, and Happy Marriage. If I go over to the master list, I sort overall A to Z. There are, in fact, 3 11s.
Okay, on my personal page, I see 3 11s. On the master list, I only see 2 11s.
I see 3 11s over here. So it is there and is correct.
Okay, I just looked at it again, and it refreshed again now on the OES.
Hey.
I swear to God, I'm not going crazy.
Hey, you are. Gotta take your meds, Theta.
Hold on, let me scroll up one more.
I'm gonna need more drink. Time to get more tea.
Yeah, so Zom 100, Mushoku Tensei, and then a three-way tie between My Happy Marriage, Rurouni Kenshin, and a show whose name is not coming to me. What is it? Harry Potter Bleach. Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nanatsu no Maken.
Yeah, this is going to be a real hard tiebreaker if it comes down to it.
Bird. That's all.
Bird?
Bird. Just word. So, there we go. Our same brain cell. So, you ready for the next one?
Yep.
My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. Sato Ryota, a salaryman working for an exploitative company, suddenly finds himself inside an unfamiliar dungeon in a strange world where monsters drop all sorts of items as loot. With the help of a girl he has run into named Emily, he's able to check his own stats and finds them all to be all of them, both physical and magical, are at rank F, the weakest. What's more, his level is stuck at level 1, the lowest. Ryota is on the verge of utter despair, but then he learns that he also has drop skill, all S, the most important unique skill there is. Can Ryota manage to survive in this bizarre world? The strongest and weakest adventure of all time is about to begin. Drop skill. What on earth is that?
I mean, it doesn't sound like the one from last season, whose name I cannot remember at the moment, where he's like, he looks like the main character of Excel World, and he gets picked on all the time, but he's a really good guy on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes into like a Narnia closet and gets super leveled up, and he comes out the other side super jacked and everything. And he beats up the people who beat him up, and he gets all the girls he could ever want. And it doesn't sound as horrible as that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one's like over the top power fantasy. This just seems to be, I don't know. At the same time, I am mousing over, and the image for the trailer literally looks like a go-go dancer bunny girl. So I don't know.
Yeah. I guess my only hope here is that the power actually makes it so that the hero is clever and interesting, and maybe he can sell us on that.
Oh yeah, he looks so clever and interesting from the poster image we have of him.
Nobody Salaryman. Yeah, so exciting, huh?
Look, we already have something literally as our number one show, which features a know-nothing salaryman.
Onwed, you want to watch Code Geass. You want an anime about someone who's really weak and is just a great strategist and good at managing people. Congratulations, it's Code Geass.
That's cheating. When you have the power to mind control people, you're not great at managing people. You're just mind controlling them.
He can only do it once per person. He actually has to talk to people and do logistics half the time. All of his planning requires actual planning.
Except for that one time where he mind controls a person.
Except for the one time. Alright, you ready?
Yeah, count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
君の名は
エミリー・ブラウンって言うです。
エミリー。俺は佐藤亮太。
Not related to the
local bathroom maze.
Not related to the time traveling Browns, are you? Or the rocket launching Browns, are you?
Oh, they got a mini-map.
Yeah, welcome to the back rooms.
能力低いです。
レベル1。全然いいところなしだな。
All my stats are terrible.
ちょっと待って、S って低いのか?
Oh, drop rate S, so he gets good loot. Alright, makes sense.
Oh, okay, there you go.
ドロップ率オール S。この最強スキルがあれば、今度こそいけるぞ。
So it's basically like a shit version of Overgeared, the manhwa that I read. I don't need good stats, well, I mean, he has great stats now too.
Ah, so that's where they get all the carrots from.
Like I said, go-go dancer bunny girl.
Even level 1 with the weakest stats, Slime Tackle does only 1 HP. Okay. we now know where people are in this world. They're gonna grind the slime dungeon forever.
Well, the idea is that if he gets the best drops, then he just has to get the best gear. It doesn't matter what he is. He'll just be overgeared for it. That's what I say, the overgeared model that I read. He had a fucking gun!
It's a random drop, you see.
They should have just played that from the beginning. Dude running around a dungeon with a gun. Hell, don't even do the whole drops thing. Just, I've got the power of gun. No, never mind. We did that with High Card and it did not work out.
Yeah, power of gun, honestly, not quite as powerful as it could be. So, my unique skill is OP. Where are we gonna place you? What are we gonna call you to member?
Bad version of overgeared.
Crazy loot drops. Alright, well, I guess as far as Power Fantasy Isekai, this is better than some others. But I want to watch it more than 1,000 Years of Bleach. Yeah, there we go.
Say Bleach, still high on my list. Still my number 3.
It might end up solidified here at number 16 for me.
I mean, it's number 19 on yours right now. 20.
And there we go.
Alright, up next is the number 6 most anticipated anime of the season. Rent-a-Girlfriend Season 3. The third season of Rent-a-Girlfriend.
I wonder why it's so anticipated with a name like that and then just 3 girls posing on the front. I wonder why people are interested in this.
I mean, I've heard it's quite good.
Well, it's gotta be. Let's find out.
Yeah, count it.
3, 2, 1, go. We'll make a movie.
何か作ってあげる。食べれるもの。水原。夢が叶えばいい。他は何もいらない。
Always a jiggle. Always gonna put a jiggle in there.
ちょっと。そんなにイチャイチャしてるなら付き合っちゃえばいいのに。自分1年の八重森美にって言います。
何の権利があって2人の関係を邪魔されなきゃならねえんだ。
彼女をお借りします。3期。自分口固いっすから。
Yeah,
it's hard to jump in. It's hard to jump in not knowing what the rest of it's like. Because my immediate knowledge, I have no knowledge actually. My immediate guess is he's a middle school pimp. And not like, oh, he's a player, good with the girls. Like, Rent-a-Girlfriend. This dude just has all of these girlfriends. Makes me think he's a pimp. And he's pimping out these girls.
At least the trailer gave me the impression of, like, the vibe of this, which is actually kind of cute. Like, it's not like the bottom garbage pit I was imagining it could potentially be. So, good job, trailer. You changed my mind. This is exactly what it should do. So let's see. So, we're not the garbage pit, but are we above or below 1,000 Years of Tournament arc? You know what?
Bleach is not a 1,000-year tournament arc. Thank you very much.
What do I actually call 1,000 Years of Tournament arc? Helck.
I'll go ahead and put this just above the real story of Full Metal Alchemist.
I'm gonna go with 22. This is a gut feeling there. So housework, Cat, sorry, but you're going down the list.
I mean, that was a show of bad CGI. I think I called that, where did the budget go?
Yeah, again, I guess this is just kind of where cute, but nothing else has landed for me, which is like bottom 50%. That's all.
So I'm just looking at the OBS right now and thinking, man, I cut my hair yesterday and nothing but light from the ceiling. It's not. I'm just a white flash when I lean back.
Yeah, there you go.
No hair. Just blinding the
Love
audience.
flops from 4 to 6 months ago. That was like the previous season then.
Yeah, no, it was like somewhere middle ground.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I could look it up for you, but I'm not gonna. And that's not because I'm being a jerk about it. It's because if you've noticed, every time I refresh the master list here on the OBS, we go gray screen in the cameras. So the act of looking it up would mess everything up. So that's the only reason why I'm not doing it.
You could go watch our other 4-hour video of our review and find out.
You make it sound like it's a task, Griff. If you go back to our previous seasonal anime reviews, I've actually chaptered out on YouTube. I mean, I've chaptered it out, so you literally just have to go to the video and click Love Flops, and you'll see where it's at.
All right. All right, ready for the next one. Are you?
I thought you were just gonna read.
Well, I mean, I love confirmation. So, up next is Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. Saint Cecilia is beloved by the townspeople. Not only is she elegant and composed, she benevolently shares her wisdom with all who seek it. That is, until the last person has left, at which point she becomes totally hopeless. Only Pastor Lawrence is keeping the saint put together enough to do her duties. And though she may test him, it's all in a day's work.
Here's my problem. Okay, you looking at the poster right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm assuming Pastor Lawrence is the only guy in the poster, right?
Yeah.
I would perfectly be fine with the show if Saint Cecilia was the blonde woman on the right. But common sense and knowledge of anime tells me Saint Cecilia is the little girl in the middle wearing a miniskirt. And that's what I'm not here for. I'd be okay for a mature romance or any kind of story between the two grown-up adults in the picture.
I'm looking at it, and Theta, you are correct. It is the green-haired girl.
The green-haired girl? I see
Everyone
a blonde
hated
girl.
it at first, but they insisted it was some generic harem kink BS until it did a huge rug pull with its concept. Should have expected that from Steins Gate creator? What? Oh.
Look, all I remember about Love Flops was laughing at the name every time I saw it. Sorry, I was about to sneeze mid-sentence.
Every old German-inspired fantasy anime town. Yeah, all Germans do is church and miniskirts, I guess. Alright. So, I think enough of that. Let me go ahead and get closed captioning up, and then we'll be ready to go.
Yep, waiting on you.
Yeah, give me that English. 3, 2, 1, go. I do gotta say on the side, Steins Gate is one of my favorite animes.
I think it's just not a good, well, it's built in subs.
But in reality.
I think my thing though is that Steins Gate is a one-watcher for me. The reveals are great the first time, and after that it's just watching the reveal again.
That's fair.
Like I said, these are the two that I don't want to see together. I want to see the two grown-ups together. It's weirder. It's weirder to have the priest having a romantic relationship with a younger person already. I don't think I have to say more about the issue. Also, technically, I guess these two shouldn't be in a relationship at all, given that their roles are, and the beliefs they probably should be ascribing to.
Is that a Digimon trailer? Yeah, that's from 2022, I think.
Look, Griff, we have enough trailers to worry about with the ones we already have in front of us.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm more excited for Digimon than that. And I have not seen Digimon in like 20 years.
Look, we already voted down Pokemon. I doubt Digimon's gonna make it in.
I never said it was.
Alright, inappropriate priests. Where do I wanna... Does that beat Middle School Pimp? Does that beat the real story of Full Metal Alchemist? My problem is the poster for the real story of Full Metal Alchemist, looked like a children's show. And we never vote those pretty high.
It's chibi animation, that's all.
I've watched a lot of chibi animation, specifically for Sword Art Online and crap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I'm down for the real story of Full Metal Alchemist. I think, oh god, it's well animated. God, I am struggling, but I know I'm already putting it real low on the list. I'm just struggling how low. It's better than Tiny Boss Romance, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess it has more substance than Middle School Pimp.
That is exactly where I ended up putting it.
Right, but at the same time, I don't know, I guess we're tied where we put Tiny Boss Romance.
There you go. Something we can agree on.
I didn't have anything against Tiny Boss Romance. It just
did not grab us.
Here's a short girl with big boobs. That's the whole thing.
Who could tell that we were not the demographic for that? Oh no.
Alright, my turn with another easy read.
Hell yeah.
Shadowverse Flame, 7 Shadows Hen. I don't know what the hen is for there. I guess that's something in Japanese I'm not
Some
familiar
chickens.
with. Sequel to Shadowverse Flame.
Alright, no, enough said, right? We know exactly what we'll get into. Let's go.
It's the follow-up. The thing that you know.
Yep. Are you ready?
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go. The tournament arc.
The world ranking is over. No, but we just started the ranking of kings.
Cyber Rabbit.
Not as uncommon as you'd think.
The Wheels of Fate arc.
Is this a card game? This has to be a card game. There's your Digimon.
God, so Digimon. And it's cards.
It's a card game of Digimon. That's exactly what you wanted.
Hell yeah, there we go.
Oh, now I remember. We did watch a Shadowverse thing before. Even people really are the strongest. Yeah, but he's the only one with a Digimon.
So what did we think last time about it?
Not much. There's not been a card game anime that's gotten up anywhere on our lists.
I think probably higher on mine than yours, but fair, honestly.
I'm down for a good card game, right? Especially if it's like a built-in game for it, so that we could like play the game and then watch the anime and be like, "Hey, I was playing the game the other day and this shit happened. Oh fuck, they just played Plot of Greed. That's not a card you can play."
And it allows you to draw 2 additional cards.
Yeah, it's clearly overpowered. I don't know a damn thing about the Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh card game.
It got banned, and then they added XYZ monsters. So
okay.
I'll let you leave that.
This clearly beats Cardfight Vanguard in that it had a trailer.
That's pretty fair.
And that's all I have to say about it.
Here we go. It's got cool visuals, but honestly, I have no substance to it.
Oh, I think I know this one. Oh yeah, I've seen this one before. I thought about watching it, but I didn't watch it.
Alright, this is Shinigami Bocchan Dekiru Maid, second season. The second season of course.
The Duke of Death and his maid. I think the conceit here, from what I remember from the first trailer, I don't remember. I think the first season of this came out before we started doing this stuff. Because I think I was talking to, God, what's her name? Lunella. You remember about this one. The idea is that the Duke of Death, anybody he touches dies. And his maid is constantly teasing him to kiss her. Wow, I opened the trailer.
Deadpool and Lady Death, but gender bent.
I opened the trailer, and the very first image in the trailer is them kissing. So there goes that. That will they, won't
game
they?
over.
I counted if you're ready.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go.
約束するよ。僕はこれからもずっと君に愛を注いでいく。
Yeah, I guess they fell in love in the first season.
Makes sense.
大好き坊ちゃん。
Most heartbreaking mutual feeling.
Well, it's like anybody that ever falls in love with Rogue, right?
Yeah.
明日も会えると分かっているのに寂しくなる。
これからもずっと一緒にいられたらすごく嬉しい。
大丈夫だ。お前のそばにはこのカフがついている。
人の気も知らないで。ちょっと
Yeah, I guess there's like 2 extra couples now or something.
こっちを見て。
ウォルター。
I guess that's how you add side characters to your romance. Just show like other people also just going on with their lives.
Oh, they're kissing a window. That makes sense. That's how it's working.
Yeah, there you
が解け
go.
たら君といろんなところに行きたいな。
That's CG animated.
Oh yeah, no. Tell from moment 1.
約束
He's
しま
wearing
しょう。
gloves. It should be fine, I think.
死神
This is why I would kill a lot of people if I had this power.
Well, let me experiment a few times with you. The only consequence is that you'll die.
No, I think this is like your terrible backstory thing that you figure out as a child. Like I was petting animals, they all died, that sort of thing.
Oh gosh, I just saw One Piece. 1 second from 1,000 episodes. It's 17 minutes long. Oh no.
Oh god.
There we go. Yeah, it's made. Cute Grim Reaper tries not to kill.
I'm gonna call it Marvel's Go Sick, which was a great anime too. But that was more Sherlock Holmes. There's a relationship in Go Sick that reminds me of this, just with the whole rogue element. Ah. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Give me a sec.
I think the only reason I'm placing it low down is because I think the pace might be too slow for me.
Not the fact you'd have to watch a whole season of it first.
I guess that might also add into it.
I don't know. It's in my top 10.
Yeah,
Which
no, that's
also
perfect.
breaks one of the original ties that we were having.
Ah, there you go. Up next, then we have. Oh, that's yours, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. Spy Classroom. Second season. Apparently not very well anticipated.
Not very well anticipated, but I do think we saw the trailer last season and thought it was at least kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I heard it was pretty good. I thought people said it was pretty good. The fact it's like the number 27 out of like 40 something doesn't make it very well anticipated, apparently.
Ah, there you go. Alright, I'm ready if you are.
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go. What happens after mission?
Daughter Dearest. Another story. Secret mission. Emergency mission.
必ず仲間を見つけ出そう。
時に怒って時に褒めてくれて、そして俺様の思いを応援してくれる人。
No, Spy Classroom. You forgot a word.
That's a lot all at once. I'm not sure what to think, actually.
Because it's the second season.
Down those makes me know what to think.
What? I didn't understand what you said.
Oh, I didn't know what to think because it was a whole lot at once, but then I saw the mini skirt, and now I understand.
Number 1, right?
Going in the garbage. Spy Kyotsu.
Where we go?
Is mini skirt spies go hunt their friends down. Where did I put that? Definitely lower than Robo Drama. But I want to see Spies or Bleach. You know what? I'll be funny. Oh. I was replacing Bleach. 1,000 Years of Blood War.
Oh, you're copying me again, Griff.
I swear, I was just trying to put Bleach down the pole. Alright, there we go. Yeah, hey, our perfectly middle of the road anime. Let's go.
Update the master list again. Alright, looks like we only have 2 ties now for 3rd place.
That's right, we're actually nearing the end of the list, too. So, next up on the list is Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Season 2, sequel to Sugar Apple Fairy Tale.
And I remember this one specifically because it deals with fantasy slavery.
Oh, right. This is the slave elf one, isn't it?
Yeah, I fell in love with my slave elf. And that makes it okay.
No. Let's see how the second season's go.
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
お前は未来を手に入れた。
You've got a future.
もう俺は必要ない。
And that's how I tricked my master into setting me free.
君の銀座島のありかを聞き出すためにブリジットに羽を渡したんだよ。羽を？君のために彼は自由を。
I mean, I feel vindicated making fun of it because I've heard nothing about it.
どうして？
Like when it was out, right? Which means it couldn't have been that great.
Right.
Also, not a great subject matter.
何も分かってなかった。
See, it's fine because both of our slaves are white.
でも自分の愚かさは自分で償わないと意味がないから。
I can't reject being free.
必ず自分の力で助ける。
Yeah, it's another horrible trope, right? I'm a slave and I love you, so I'm gonna go back and I don't know, that actually did work for a skilled hero.
Silver Sugar Master.
What most slave owners say.
There's like a whole candy subplot, wasn't there?
I'll get him back no matter what. Welcome to the South. This is what happens when you don't recognize your source material.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and see. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. The fairies enslaved again. You know what? I'll make this real easy for myself. Just down it goes.
I'm weighing it against inappropriate priests.
At least that seems like it ought to be wholesome. A lot of slaves stayed working for the previous masters. Yeah, welcome to the American South, where you don't get to escape.
Yeah, it's not a matter of choice, that's a matter of not choice.
That's a matter of systemic issues don't necessarily get solved by just saying it's different now. Status quo, y'all. Something slavery still illegal in like 40 states.
Alright. What's next? You read that one, right?
Yeah. This one's yours.
Suki nako ga magane no wo wasureta. The new school year comes a new home with a new sorry, I just fucked that up completely. With the new school year comes a new homeroom, new classmates, and a new desk for timid Kimura. But any trepidation he might have felt quickly dissipates when he catches sight of May? Would you say May? Me?
Go for it.
Mai?
I think if Overwatch is saying to go by May.
Mai?
May.
His new seat neighbor, apt to quickly blurt out the most random things, the quirky May wears thick glasses that accentuate her lovely eyes, making Kimura's heart skip a beat. Unfortunately, May is pathologically forgetful. Hey, it's Griff. And can never seem to... You got such lovely eyes, Griff. Remember to bring her glasses to class. It's not all bad, though. Her resulting squinty mean girl face sends... It's Griff. Sends Kimura's heart into overdrive, too. While Kimura is keen to help out and share his textbooks with May, will his heart give out from the almost daily strain of being up close and personal with his crush? 2 to 3 seasons ago, we literally had an anime which was that girl, that tiny girl, who just couldn't tell distance or something. You remember? Because it was literally like the guy carrying her on his shoulder to class, and it was just constantly that kind of thing. The only difference here is that they've given her a reason. Glasses.
There you go. I entirely don't remember, but as we just discussed, entirely fitting of my character. So let's just see how Slice of Life with me in it goes. You ready?
Got it.
3, 2, 1, go.
ある日、好きな子の目つきがめちゃくちゃ悪くなった。
メガネ忘れちゃって。
Yeah, that's a I don't have my glasses look right there.
隣の席のものとして。
That is like perfect.
I mean, with the hair to go with it, though, it's really a lot of look up on the bad side of the bed day.
何を考えてるんだ俺は。
Yeah, here, 1 second, I got it for you.
みえさん、メガネかけるの向いてないんじゃ。
なんで？お願いします。
Okay, this is me actually trying to focus on the video.
I thought you were about to start a band.
せっかく小村くんが見えるようになったんだし。
テレビアニメ、好きな子がメガネを忘れた。
I can tell you've been wearing your glasses outside a lot.
Oh yeah?
Get white lines.
They literally never come off. How do I feel about the vibe of that? That's the only way I can evaluate these slice of lives that just keep happening at school, because like what's gonna be different? Let's see. And this was Sukina. There it is.
Blind girl hotness.
So, I can't romance without my glasses. Where do I put that then? It's definitely better than being enslaved again. Let's see. I think I'd put it like higher than church romance. Is it better than the Rent-A-Girlfriend? How did Miniskirt Spies go higher than Rent-A-Girlfriend?
I don't know, I'm looking at a little segment of the overlay showing the master list. I just noticed you put Sweet Reincarnation at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 25. So, your number 4. You want to see a show so uninspired, it named its pastry chef Pastry.
We need to have an extra title of most contentious between us. Like, what has the highest difference?
Well, we've always discussed that at the very end, which one has the furthest separation.
Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna go easy on myself here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it, definitely underneath. Yeah, let's go 27. There we go. So, Tiny Boss, you keep going down the list.
And mine has stayed basically the same because there's been a lot of romance comedies that were worse in my eyes.
I don't know. I guess I just kind of keep putting Tiny Boss down as like baseline, and everything like is at least slightly more interesting than baseline.
I find most things have been slightly.
Nice.
I find a lot of things have been slightly more inappropriate than it. So most things have been going underneath it, like the priest romancing a tiny girl, or the middle school pimp, or You know, two people the same age where one is just shorter, that seems more appropriate than...
True, that's actually fair. That is actually an adult relationship for once. Never saw it coming. So, next one is Temple. I know, I'll be a monk. Akami Akametsu has spent his days and nights absorbed in studying and part-time work in an effort to distance himself from his family, which is notorious as a household of philanderers. One day, he falls in love at first sight with a girl named Arubo Yuzuki, and suddenly he's constantly drowning in worldly desires. Hoping to fight back against his genes and live a more stoic life, he enters a temple, only to find out that it's a convent filled with gorgeous girls. So begins a new rom-com about a temple life of 3 adorable triplets and 2 beautiful freeloaders.
I think this is the most ecchi of all the ecchi ones that we've already gotten so far.
It really, really is, isn't it?
I mean, the image of the trailer is literally right there.
Let me... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sure is. Oh, face full of boob.
I think it'd be ironic to watch it with Aramaic subtitles.
Alright, today we're going to do this entire stream in Farsi.
Alright, count it out so we can watch some boobage. Probably
3,
some butts
2,
too.
1, boob. No can live on loneliness. Crushed by hay bale.
The closed captions failing once again.
It knows it's too lewd for YouTube. It gave up.
女人禁制の仏道修行。これでもう惑わされることはない。頼もう。
はーい。ようこそ三日月へ。
I guess it's the ecchi version of Oh My Goddess. Why can I see your underwear through your perfectly fine shirt?
Yeah, I remember that, actually. Yeah, no, you're right. Maybe slightly less supernatural, but same theme, right?
Well, look, Oh My Goddess, that boy was dedicated to that one girl. Didn't matter how many other goddesses came down.
Mm-hmm.
Dude was masturbating behind that door, you can tell.
Yeah. Well, good that everybody else here is armed. They need it. Why did they sacrifice 4 people? Okay, something else is going on in the show.
Like I said, goes under the score of all the other inappropriate romance anime.
And hurry, the etchiest of all time. Here we go. 39, we're done. But my bottom pitch doesn't need to be properly ordered, I'll be honest.
Mine does, though, because I'm pedantic.
That's perfectly fair, but anything under 30 probably doesn't count for me.
Well, because these... Well, yeah, but I'm still doing my list.
I know. Take this moment to stretch.
Because as was shown earlier, sometimes people do come by and wonder where we did previous numbers. And these lists are saved. I don't get rid of them.
Here, tell you what, I'll do one for you. Fairy enslavement goes to 38. The ecchi goes to 39.
I think most of my stuff gets compared against the inappropriate priest one.
Yeah, fair. Again,
All
I think my brain would hurt if I also tried to categorize on just what's actually just so slimy I don't want to touch it. I'd go insane.
Oh, that's the fantasy slavery. It's at the bottom of the romance pool. Anyway, the Great Cleric.
Ooh.
Can a former salaryman, back to that theme, can a former salaryman become peerless in another world? A salaryman was shot to death just before earning a promotion. Oh, that Japanese work culture. And a god decided to reincarnate him in another world as a 15-year-old healer named Lucille. On top of all that, the country he was born into seems to hate healers, because they're fucking idiots.
Why would you hate your healers?
Feeling that he's in danger, Lucille visits the Adventurers Guild in hopes of keeping himself safe. But the training is much harder than he expected. By the way, your Adventurers Guild is located in the country. The adventurers are probably from your country. Would hate healers. You're throwing yourself to the wolves at that point. Feeling he's in danger, visit the Adventurers Guild, yeah. But the training is much harder than he expected, and every day he's forced to drink a mysterious beverage called Substance X. Oh, he's going to become a Powerpuff Girl. Wait, this life doesn't seem to have anything to do with being a healer. The day-to-day life of a super machoistic, back-from-the-dead healer begins with his very survival on the line. I don't foresee this being a good show.
I'm glad that they put that into the summary, Just straight up admitted, we don't think this is going to be very good.
Well, it's going to have to climb its way up from the bottom, is all I'm saying.
Oh, dear. Yeah, this has a lot of work to earn some trust here. Let's see how it goes.
It can only win. It couldn't fail.
It can't go further below.
Yeah. Count it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it's another super quiet one. Oh, there we go. There's volume.
250,000 copies.
The problem is that when you're super popular in a manga and other anime come out with similar things, they got there first.
回復職なんていかにも裏方だけど、目指すは治癒士の仕事を直接もらえそうな。
冒険者ギルドへようこ
基礎からビシビシ行くからな。逃げ出すなよ。
こっちの世界にもブラックってあるの？ヒール。
So they didn't have anybody dealing with sound direction, did they?
Apparently not. Not for the trailer. Healers and adventurers don't get along. All those adventurers are dead then.
せっかく転生させてもらったんだ。師匠を信じるしかない。俺は絶対今度の人生では。
I mentioned I just got done watching Hacksaw Ridge the other day.
テレビアニメ聖者無双。
I guess at least in terms of various isekai, I want to just live normally and die of old age.
I mean, we already had
one more moderate goal.
We had a healer isekai last season or season before that, which was
the
one.
It was like a comedy one.
That's what it was, where the healer abused the rest of the group.
Yeah, this is the opposite. Oh my god,
this is bad.
The Great Cleric. Fantasy world that doesn't understand healing magic is necessary to survival.
Isekai healer with no sound direction. Is that better than Blue Gender with CGI mechs? That thing at least had some sort of reveal at the end of the trailer, so no.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is not better than the info not given slice of life anime.
Yeah, the DS game can go down a slot. So does Slice of Life. The kids like that. The Ichiest of all time and Fairy Enslavement. Gosh, that is the bottomest bottom pit possible, huh?
It's going down.
All right.
You're next.
Let's see. Yeah. The most heretical last boss queen, from villainous to savior. Pride Royal Ivy is only 8 years old when she realizes that she's been reincarnated, destined to become the future Wicked Queen and final boss of an otome game. She's got it all in this new life: razor-sharp wit, boss-tier powers, and influence over the kingdom as crown princess. Determined to sow despair and destruction across the land, Wait, what kind of rotten future is that? Princess Pride decides to drop the maniacal villainous plan and protect the male love interest instead, cheating her way to saving everyone she can, while the final boss ended up earning the will she end up earning the adoration of her kingdom? There you go.
I'm confused by one point.
Which one?
In the first sentence.
Yeah.
Is only 8 years old when she realizes that she's been reincarnated. Did she die when she was 8 years old and gets reincarnated? Or did she realize I've been reincarnated in this new fantasy world at the age of 8?
I think it's I've been reincarnated to be 8 years old, so I don't have to go through the awkward period of being a baby.
Yeah, no, you just have to go through the awkward period of being a young teenage girl.
Honestly, there is no non-awkward period of being below, 20 years old. It's all awkward. It's all downhill.
I don't know. I kind of like the concept that maybe she died when she was 8 and then got reincarnated into an adult person. So you have this weird... Now I have sharp wit and all this shit. It's like, wait a second, weren't you 8 years old?
There was a movie like that. Anyway.
Yeah, it's called Big.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Anyway, count it out.
3, 2, 1, go. No subtitles either.
There's also a genre that's been playing out lately. I've been isekai'd into this romance game. Specifically as the villainess. Multiple animes of that.
もしかしてこの世界ってストーリー変えられるの？プライド様も妹君様も必ず守ってみせます。
I think the most interesting version of it that I've seen so far, we didn't watch last season.
Yeah, true.
Which was the guy who was the two people that were playing a game, and the people in the game could hear them.
I do always love the look of shadowed eyes, evil smile kind of thing. That always gives me a nice vibe. She's gonna change the story, but she's still crazy evil. Is Overlord also in the same genre?
No. Overlord was an MMO, not a romance game.
Into a game where you're the evil villain.
A romance game. Oppositely, she's saving the love interests. Ainz doesn't have love interests outside of the people that were created by his guildmates. It's not the same. Not the same genre.
Right. Villain changes the love story isekai. Alright.
I mean, that's at least better than Small Girl. Tiny Boss Romance.
Yeah, we're already up into the 20s here.
Is it better than Devil Part-Timer / Dragon Maid? Which is ironic given that we had Devil as a part-timer on the list.
I think I'd put it higher than Miniskirts. Yeah, I think I'll just put it at Miniskirts. Sorry, Bleach, you're going down. It ain't a joke this time.
I mean, it's still my top 3. I almost couldn't see where your 3 was, and I remembered you picked Harry Potter Bleach. You picked a Bleach substitute as your better than Bleach.
Look, it just tastes better. It doesn't have an aftertaste.
Oh, here's one I've been waiting to get to. Not because I know it, because I just want to know what the fuck it is. Undead Murder Farce.
Guide us into that one.
The 19th century, a world inhabited by vampires, golems, werewolves, and other paranormal creatures. Immortal beauty and disembodied head, Aya Rindo, along with half-human, half-demon demon killer, Sugara Shunichi, and her loyal maid, I don't have to know everyone's name in the description, travels through Europe as supernatural detective, the cage user, solving supernatural mysteries while she searches for her lost body. I love the concept already. Literally, that this dude, it's probably the dude solving the mysteries, right? But, it's her head. I mean, obviously, it's her solving the mysteries, but he's getting all the credit because it's her fucking head telling him. And I can't tell the people I'm carrying a head. It's gonna be go sick, but fantasy go sick.
It's the most creative thing I've heard so far, I think.
Although it's only a 38-second trailer. It's got nothing. It can't win anymore, right? It's already won enough. It can only go downhill again.
I think it could sell us or kill it on the trailer. Let's do it. 38 seconds.
Count it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Well,
Well, the closed caption is already failing us.
Spooky.
1年ほど前に首から下をなくしましてね。
地獄で閻魔に面会し賄賂を使うて極楽へ。
私は念に応じるだけです。
あなたが敵を終える頭がある。私にはあなたを運ぶ体がある。一緒に欧州に参りませんか。
鬼殺し、二言はないな。
Should make out with a disembodied head. I just knew that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Man, it's not very well anticipated either. Source is a novel, which probably means it's going to have a lot of internal monologues instead of people talking to one another.
Well, it sounds like a detective anime, so yeah, no, that checks out, right?
I know that ticks off one of your boxes, along with Headless Girls.
Let's see. Where are we going here?
Yeah, this is a hard one, guys. Real consider.
I think I have to compare it to Dark Gathering. That's like the first step. Am I more hyped for that or Dark Gathering? The answer is probably this. You know what? Vending Machine has had it too good. There we go. So we put it pretty high up.
Good way.
A good late game changer.
I mean, comparatively, it's not even in your top 10. How much stuff do we have to shift? I had to shift
a lot.
You know, it's ironic. Now there's 2 things in my top 10 that have the word Gosick in it.
What?
Shinigami Bocchan 2 Koru made. I called Marvel's Gosick. So, now that we have Undead Murder Farce, which I called Fantasy Gosick, I'm just having a lot of, Gosick withdrawals, man. Maybe just have to watch that show again.
I think the theme of this season, quite honestly, has been, it's like that one anime, and we all decided to copy it. There's like 3 choices you get. So let's take a look at the last one and see if it copies anything.
Oh yeah, I guess some things must have gotten delayed. Because I had more on the list. Although one of those might have just been an error on the listing, because I think it was one of my descriptors. Hold on, delete row.
Possible.
Yeah, because otherwise I have 2 things on the list and we only have 1 left, which means something must have gotten delayed a season.
Alright. One last one, you ready? We have Yume Miro Danshi wa Getsu Shuga Shiga Sha. Sogu Wataru, who is deeply in love and with his beautiful classmate Natsuwaka Aika, is continuing to approach her without getting discouraged while having dreams about their mutual love. However, one day he woke up thinking, I'm not really fit to be together with someone as good as her, huh? Upon realizing this, Wataru started keeping an appropriate distance towards her, much to Aika's surprise. Could it be that he hates me now? Did his intentions slip by her because she was getting impatient after arriving at the wrong conclusion? This is the start of a rom-com revolving around 2 people who just can't get their feelings across and both think their love is unrequited.
Unrequited. Also, I hate this sort of rom-com. This is the worst sort of rom-com.
The center problem is that nobody actually communicates. And if they hook up, that's still going to be the problem here. So, one last hookup. Let's see how well it does with the trailer. Maybe it's really cute.
Down
it. Switching to English. 3, 2, 1, go. Murdered by football.
待てよアイカ待ってくださいそんなぶっきらぼうにしなくても
こんなにしつこくなかったらそうなってるわよ。
Hit me in the face with a soccer
彼
ball.
女と交際ができることを夢見て日頃から熱烈なアプローチを欠か
This
してい
is
な
the
かっ
start of Detective Conan.
しつこくつきまとうからそうなるのよ。もう近づかないでよね。
So much, do.
でもなんだかんだでいいコンビなんじゃない？
バカか俺は。全然釣り合ってねえじゃん。
Closed captioning has been a real failure
散
today.
々迷惑かけたからさ。
Yeah, very
もう
unfortunately.
付きまとわないって伝えたかったんだよ。
Oh, there's the end of the do.
普段はま
Don't.
るで動じないっていうか、だけど最近全然しつこくないし、なんだか聞き分けが良すぎるというか、なんかサジョッチおかしいんだよね。サジョッチはきっと愛知にとって居場所の一人なんじゃないかな。わあ、渡るが
The girl
何年も
I
好きだった
used
子
to
諦めるの
love
もったい
so
ないって。
much.
な
It's
る
a
ほど。
waste.
君はそう考えるのか。私は君の本音が知りたい。
お前ら何かあったの？俺が自分で勝手に熱くなって勝手に冷めただけ。
Something happened to you. At
夢見
least.
る男子は現実主義者。
Dreaming boys are realists.
I think you'll find that's the opposite. So that was our last one. Where does our failure of communication rom-com come in? What do I compare it to? Well, it's always got to be Tiny Boss. Honestly, worse than Tiny Boss. Worse than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! Digimon. It does actually have a main story. I'll give it that. So, one last sorting. Let's go. 7,
Also,
8,
let me
39,
fix
40.
the main for the overlay. Which has an erroneous addition to it that didn't get in our lineup this time, but we can ignore that.
Oh gosh, I'm just scrolling down to like leftovers, and it's like 69% mid. Sacrificial Princess and the Beast Kings apparently was not well received.
Alright, we've got the issue that we thought we were going to have. We have two third places.
Alright. Let's sort it out. Wait. Tsukioto New Saga? That's out of nowhere.
That's the one that doesn't exist.
Alright.
That must have
Forget
gotten
about
like
that
pushed
one.
back.
Let's just start at the top here.
Unargued, Zom 100, number one, both.
Yeah, there we go. We're actually hyped for it. It looks like it's fun. It should be kind of funny too.
Well,
Gotta be good.
I knew going into this I was putting it at number one, so that's why I didn't say anything about this is the one I've been waiting for. I didn't give any hints. I waited for you to score first. So that one just worked out.
Yep. And then, again, complete agreement number 2, Mushoku Tensei, where wizards overcome lots of drama.
Which I believe is going to be a 2-season watch at least.
I mean, hey, it's real good. People really like it. It looks awesome.
It's not an Overlord.
It's not Overlord. And then, of course, the two-way tie for third here.
Which is ironic, because one is a 5-7, 5 from me, 7 from you, and the other one is a 7 from me, a 5 from you. So
yeah. Happy Marriage and Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, I was down to watch a non-superpowered slice of life more than you were. You were more down to watch Rurouni Kenshin again.
Hell yeah. It's been ages since I've watched that series. Of course I'm down for it.
Griff, the only correct response was that I am.
That
You failed.
I'm going to end every sentence with that I am now. That I am.
Alright, what is our biggest gap here? I see a 14 gap. No, I see a 20 gap.
Yeah.
Bleach is a 20 gap, obviously. I see a 23 gap. Sweet Reincarnation.
Yeah, Sweet Reincarnation 23 here. That's pretty contentious.
Yeah, there's a lot of almost 20s. Well, there's another 20 with level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero. I think it's going to be hard to find one that is. There's a 20, well, yeah, there's a 22 gap real story of Full Metal Alchemist. Was not interested as much as you were. I think everything else is basically in the ballpark. Yeah, you were really down to watch Full Metal Alchemist's real story, the food reincarnation one, and the level 1 Demon Lord, and I was not about it.
Oh, here we go. So I now actually have a listing of our most contested now. I just did a little math on the side here. Sweet Reincarnation is the hands-down winner of most contentious.
Where's your...
I did it over on my sheet, in column G.
Of course, an unorganizable column.
Yep, unfortunately. But
yeah.
it is pretty easy to check out here. We have a couple of 20s here. Demon Lord and One Room Hero has a 20-point gap. One of our largest here.
Well, I mean, like, gotta make sure that the negatives also count, because you have, like, a negative 22, which is...
Yeah, you have to, like, apply absolute value, but I ain't doing that math right now.
Well, I mean, absolute value is just the same number. You just get rid of the negative.
That's what I mean. Okay. But yeah, you saw, like, the better version of Demon Lord and One Room Hero, so naturally you put it way lower down. You didn't want to see another one.
My problem is the scrolly thing. If I scroll over to see the name, I can't see which one that's in that column anymore. Due to my window size and everything. So it's literally all I have to go by is your description. So it's like 22 there. If you read the manga, you'll understand. It's like, that must be the Full Metal Alchemist one. I have to guess what the fuck you're talking about.
Yup, that's the one. You have no interest in that, and I have only the slightest interest. Again, because I read the manga.
Because I mean,
understand.
The second most contested one is Neat just wanted the Neat, which I don't know what that is.
That is... Am I actually the strongest? It's the one where they want to stop interacting with people and go to sleep. We did mock that one a good bit, but you still found it more interesting to watch.
I'll admit, I don't even know what that is anymore. So... Wait a minute, it must have been early.
What was your description of Am I Actually the Strongest, then?
Am I Actually the Strongest? Hold on, I gotta reorganize. Let's see, Am I Actually the Strongest? Prince Cell's Kingdom ripoff. Oh, okay, now I remember.
There you go.
Because they even used a picture of the same castle from that one.
And I think, like you mentioned, Bleach was also on. We have a 20-point difference in. You want to see it, you know you want to see it. I just don't care.
And whatever slob tries to not get up and do work was.
That was level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero.
And we got a couple of 18s.
Yeah, let's see. What are our 18s here? I see one of them here is Shinigami Bocchan with the Cute Grim Reaper tries not to kill.
Oh, yeah.
You put it way higher up, I think, because you're in a good, like, drama romance mood, and I just went, I want to see some action.
Well, I mean, I liked the trailer for the first one so much that I was literally talking to other people about it. Like I told you, I was talking to Lunella about it because it was a good romance, so it's high up for me.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair.
And here's another one. On a plane the anime is.
Yeah, that is Genjitsu no Yohane, which is where the idol girl who's a real person, had a fake anime named about them as an April Fool's joke, and then they made it.
Yeah, Idol made an anime.
It is a character mashup.
Yeah, because again, the trailer sold it better than the description of the show did.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wasn't so harsh on it as you were.
Yeah, that's true. And I just went, nah, pass. So I think those are our lowest of the lows. We agreed on our top 2 highest this season, which is amazing. What other ones do we have zero contention about?
Well, I mean,
Vending Machine ended up at 12.
Oh, well, we had ties on, right?
Yeah.
0s and 1s, basically, right?
Yup.
Again, you're going to have to tell me, because I'm working on your descriptions. Normal dude survives. Okay, the Zoms. Don't have to worry about that. What else? exactly what it says. Great description when I can't read the title.
Reborn as a vending machine, I now wander the dungeon.
Yep.
We both put them at 12.
Yep, I was good for the whole time. Robo drama, but is there enough sci-fi? Is that the AI one?
AI no Denshi, yes it is.
This is a new game, guessing what the anime is by your description.
It's fun.
Another negative one here. Miniskirt spies go hunt their friends. D. That's obviously a spy classroom.
Yep, Spy Kyoushitsu.
This would be a mini game, by the way, at some point, for us to go back through all of our descriptions and try and guess what the show is. I can't romance without my glasses. I know that's obviously it's the Griff anime. My tiny boss really likes cats. Oh, that could be two. That could be two different ones. Is that the one that was full of the romance interest having cat ears in the tail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the adult office anime.
Oh, was it? Okay, I completely separated that into two different anime in my head.
But yet we still put it down like to the bottom third.
Okay, I have no idea who doesn't love Blue Gender, I guess. I described a number of shows as Blue Gender, so I don't know what you went with.
Sin Duality Noir, the most blue gender of the blue gender.
Are you kidding? No, that wasn't Blue Gender at all.
It's mechs fighting bugs in the future.
Okay, it's slightly Blue Gender, but not as Blue Gender as you could get. I mean, and when they sold the whole "Who is Noir" thing at the very end of the trailer, it's like, oh, you gave us a little mystery box at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It almost wrapped it up. Fantasy world that doesn't understand H.
Doesn't understand healing magic is like necessary to survival.
I think it's better if you just read it with all the typos and the cutoff line, because I don't have whatever it says past that. Doesn't understand H. Doesn't understand heroin.
Yeah, so that is the great cleric right there. I think we both understood. We just don't care for it.
DS music game come to life. I have no idea.
Bang's Dream.
Yeah. And Zero.
The thing we got nothing.
And the Zero being a thing we didn't review because it must have been delayed.
Let's see. And the last one that we... Oh, yeah.
It must have been delayed, that's what I'm saying. It was originally on the list and it must have been delayed a season, so we didn't get to it this time.
Now, here's the funny thing. I've actually gone to the bottom of the list. Let's take out our very, very bottom real quick, just for funsies. Bottom of my list here is, of course, fairies being enslaved again. You put that at number 34.
Yeah, because the bottom of my list is Cardfight Vanguard, a thing that we didn't like before and we didn't get a trailer this time. And the description was it's a sequel to Cardfight Vanguard.
You put absolutely nothing after controversy. Totally fair. And I put the nothing above controversy.
Which one was your 43? Fantasy Slavery. Yeah, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Yeah, I mean, well, no, because the fantasy slavery plot, even though I was making fun of it the whole time, middle school pimp is like a modern era problem. So, also, there was the real story of Full Metal Alchemist, which was both chibi and no trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you had to read the manga. Anyway.
Yeah.
We also had Blue Gender CGI Mechs, which just looked like a bad anime. There's problematically good, well-drawn anime with a story, right? And good voice acting. And then there's just bad anime. I'd rather watch a problematic anime than a bad anime. They're two different categories.
Yeah, it's honestly, both of them go into the bottom of the pit, and the question is, like, can you shuffle up the garbage enough for one of them to be on top?
Let's see, 43. So say what, 21, 22 is the middle?
Yeah.
Let's see, what was your most mid to anime?
Miniskirts. Spy Kyoushitsu.
Well, that's your 22. What's your 21?
My 21. Let's find out real quick. Resort. That would be the most heretical last boss queen.
Yeah, so we cross over on Spy Classroom. But my 22 is Horimiya. The side story anime.
Oh yeah, where it's just like we have no idea what's gonna go on there.
Yeah,
it
because
might
it looked
be completely disconnected.
I mean, when I was saying it, it just happened to actually fall into the mid, but I described it as mid because it was perfectly acceptable, but we have no other information.
Congratulations, though. It did, in fact, end up the middest of anime this season. Congratulations.
Yeah. Called it as it happened.
So there we go.
I think the thing we have left to do here is to figure out number 3.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at overalls. What's our tie at right now?
My Happy Marriage and Rurouni Kenshin, the remake.
Would I, if I had to, like, do a filler, like, if either of the top two were, like, garbage and we had to replace one? Let's pretend.
Well, if we came into the place that either one doesn't work due to censorship, or one turns out just to be bad, we would just move on to the next one. That's always been our case.
Would we watch Rurouni Kenshin or a very serious drama?
Here's what I'm going to go with here. Here's my proposition to tiebreaker this.
Okay.
Go into Twitch chat and type rock, paper, or scissors, but don't hit enter.
Oh, okay. We're going to do rock, paper, scissors. I get it.
And then the winner gets to decide. But, on the count of 3.
Okay.
No, wait. No, not on the count. 3, 2, 1, and then go, and then hit enter on go.
Okay. So I've got it. I'm ready. I got my choice. It's locked in. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Of course.
Okay.
Classic.
Round 2.
Classic rock, paper, crossed blades situation.
Alright.
Hold on. Alright, let me go into my mind palace and have an anime moment of my own and try and figure out, okay, I've done rock. Are you going to do rock again? Am I going to do rock again? Do I go with paper? No, because if you do rock again, I will have failed. No, I will have won. Sorry, goddammit. If I was actually anywhere close to what my avatar is on Discord, Tet God of Games, no game, no life, I would have broken down the whole thing. See, what I would do here is I would just say, I'm always going to go rock, and then do paper.
But you see, you're a man of adventure, so you would have put the poison into your goblet closest to you, but you also realized man is mortal, and you would have put the poison the furthest away from you in my goblet.
Yeah, I didn't watch Princess Bride, so I'm just familiar with memes. Anyway, I'm ready to hit enter. You ready?
Look over there.
I can't. It's literally off screen.
Alright, ready?
You'd be terrified if I ghost at it through your screen. Yeah, what about it?
Oh, there we go.
Anyway, you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go. Of course you did.
I win.
So I guess we're Rurouni Kenshining this up, huh?
1,000 years of Rurouni Kenshin. Let's go.
100 years! Rick and Morty! Rurouni Kenshin! Yeah, go figure you didn't pick My Happy Marriage. That's alright, I'm not actually terrible. It was literally a toss-up. We were very close in the point score of both. It's not like it would have been terrible to watch either.
Yeah, I think ultimately we're still very happy with all this, and, we at least have some winners this season. That makes me very happy.
Oh, hopefully they're all winners. I'm hoping that we didn't high card it again. Turns out Mushoku Tensei has no audience. No one likes it. I heard wrong.
Oh, gosh.
I actually don't care if nobody likes on 100. I'm here for it.
Oh, yeah, I think we're still here for that one no matter what. So I think this is time for some wrap-up then. This has been Stoneface Reaction, everyone. Thanks for coming by for our anime review. We'll be here every season, but for this one, I'm Griffin. That's Theta down there, and we will catch you next time. See you around, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?